It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. We must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing, be cool. We be too cool, we gonna lose.
What's up, YouTube? This your guy HQ, and I'm chilling with my bro Hardwell and the one and only worldwide Mayberry. And this is For the Love of the Game. My fellas, speak on it.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody?
Salute,
Happy to be back.
salute.
Salute. Sippy Cup Friday.
Sippy Cup Friday.
Sippy Cup Friday.
Knicks handling their business, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's no need for us to wait till the end of the game to be over to start our post game. We got a special guest coming in the building in a little while, so there's no need for us to wait till this end of this debacle that's going on tonight. You know, shout out to the Knicks.
Knock on wood, by the way.
Yeah, knock on. It's over. It's over. It's over.
It's over. It's too easy.
I mean, we needed a game like this. We almost got a little slight scared with Mitch going down. Everybody thought it was a hammy, but that's what happens when you're not in shape. So, you know, I seen the guys in the chat chewing them up, ready to beat them down. Hey, when you ain't in shape, you would definitely pull a hammy. Right, Hard? That's facts, right? That's facts.
You catch the Charlie horse, one or the other.
Charlie horse. That's what it looked like. He caught a Charlie.
Yeah.
So you either gonna catch the Charlie or
you playing hard.
What you want, man?
We just know. You already know when it's start time.
What you say, Hard? Yeah, Knicks playing great.
We need
give them update score. What's the update score? Hey, I'm in commercial.
Right now, yeah, it's coming back from commercial. I'll tell you right now. Let me see if I can get some. It's 108 to 81. Yeah, Knicks are up. Break it down matchup wise. Orlando, they beating us in the rebound department 39 to 37, but we got 31 assists. They have 22 assists. We have 7 steals. They have 4 steals. We're shooting 51% from the field, 46 from beyond the arc, but 53% from the free throw line, and that's something we could touch on. But we got 3 blocks. They got 4 blocks. We got 17 points off of turnovers. So it's looking very solid game from us overall.
And we playing small ball again. So we got the small ball lineup. They liking what they see with that small ball lineup. Seems like Tibbs going to be going to that small ball lineup a lot often. Yeah. Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah.
111-83, 4 minutes, a little over 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Randall with 17 points, RJ with 7, Mitch with 6, Kemba Walker with 11, Fournier with 18, leading the team, D Rose with 9, Obi with 13 points after his first 14 points against Boston, so he's having a solid second game of the year so far, and Jericho Sims. He has 2 points. And quickly with 16.
Shot for Randall. Did you call that?
Sorry, I didn't see that. Shout out to Quickly for his 16 points off the bench after his first game.
Then I called it in the chat earlier.
We got 33 assists total right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
33 assists.
All right. You see what's going on right now? This is the tough guy NBA.
we shooting 47% from 3. We got, like I said, 33 total assists, which is a good sign. You know, 8 steals, playing scrappy. We do got 9 turnovers, but we made Orlando turn the ball over a lot. They got 16.
That's a lot of turnovers.
I couldn't see Will. Yeah, he tried right there, but I couldn't see Will. Did they say how many threes the Knicks made? I couldn't see.
Yeah, we 47%. We 22 for 46.
Ooh, that's a team record. The team record before was 23s in a game, so we just broke the franchise record with 22 threes in a game.
Look, yo, I ain't mean to cut y'all off. Randall tell him like, yo, y'all down by 20 something. What you doing, man?
So who?
Always fathom hard. He's like, yo, you got down by 20 something. What you doing?
Well, they shouldn't be on the court. Tibbs got to take them out and put the other guys in.
Yeah.
Let those other guys get some reps, being that we winning like that.
I mean, it's one of them games where I had my little notes all jotted down and everything hard. But when they started blowing them out, when they started blowing them out, I go just like this.
Yeah, it was no. That wasn't a no game. I knew that was gonna be just a.
I mean, I had some notes. I had like
blow them out.
Yeah,
They better blow them out.
36-16 after 1.
They got Mamba shooting threes.
And the sea of Knicks fans that are at this game. Shout out to BX Sports Jedi Kev, because he's at the game right now. So all these Knicks fans at the game who gave us all this good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them games you just throw out the stat sheet. I mean, my little notes. I had like a couple of
Oh, we see Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is on the court.
Yeah, remember I called IQ. I said IQ gonna have a good game today. Yeah. I know it's a blowout.
He got to get a good game.
He got to get a good game. He got to get a good game. He had to get a little rhythm. So I don't care if it's garbage time. He's playing good right now.
You know, you can't judge somebody by one game.
No.
It's not fair. So this is his second game.
No.
Even though it was an easy matchup, you know. When you see the ball going to hoop as a player, it don't really matter who in front of you once you start to get your rhythm back. And he know how to score the ball very well. So let's just hopefully keep going in that direction.
I had one funny note that I wrote down. You know, that third quarter. I said, let me find out that the Knicks is rattled by the Orlando zone. Now you ain't seen the zone. You ain't thinking nobody was going to be playing the zone against us, and then somebody come and play a zone against us, and we allowed them to get back into the game. But they clamped down and they figured it out. So, but it was funny to watch because that let you know they wasn't prepared for teams to come out there and play a zone against us.
Hey, Tibbs is running Toppin at the 5 right now. My fault, Will. Toppin's at the 5 right now.
That's cool though. I mean, that's good. Yeah. I guess he's starting to see how fast Obi get down the court. When you play small ball, might as well play him.
And Tibbs, his offense, if you look back to when he was with the Bulls in Chicago, he loved to run his offense a lot through Joakim Noah. You know, you had like a few years that Joakim Noah was a beast when it came to fantasy because he was averaging almost a triple-double every game. You know, so if he has Toppin, who's a lot faster than Joakim Noah, he's not the defender that Joakim was, but he's a lot more athletic and a lot more versatile on the offensive side. So that could be a weapon that Tibbs didn't even know he had.
Yeah, that's true. Because he's using Randall like that by having Randall get them in the offense all the time.
Yep.
So he's doing something with that.
Yeah, he loves to utilize his bigs. If you look at Chicago, like I just said, you had Joakim Noah and Carlos Boozer. We look at Toppin and Randall; they're way better than both of them offensively. You know, look what he was able to do with them. You know, get what he got out of them offensively, and he's maximizing it with this lineup.
Yeah, it's just these guys are like more. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Julius Randle, he looks pretty good. You know, as far as like, you got to have an NBA body.
Yeah.
Like it seems like he has that. Like to be a 4 You know, he could stretch the floor. He could put the ball on the floor. He could bang. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like what I see so far. Honestly,
Don't mind me, fellas. I'm just getting I guess situated.
It's cool. It's cool. He looks a lot more leaner as well this year than last year. You know, I'm maybe just looking into it, but last year, a lot of the times on pick and rolls, he will be more willing to lay it up than dunk it. This year so far on the pick and rolls, he has slammed it down how many times? Way more than I saw last year.
He just throwing it in.
He's slamming it down instead of laying it up.
Yeah. More bounce.
Lena. Look, Obi again with another steal. Fast. Ooh, through the legs with the fast break. Did they count that or call a foul? God. Knicks up 121.
All right, give me 1 second, fellas. I gotta. I'm
do you think, bro?
Over here.
We got this game easy.
Oh yeah.
Bench squad is out.
All right. So here we go now.
McBride is out there.
Yeah, McBride's out there. Deuce out there. Well, Deuce is McBride.
I was about to say Deuce is McBride.
My fault.
That's okay. Sims Jericho's out there.
Nah, he's about to be right now. Tim just called a timeout to get Obi out the game.
How much time is left?
2 minutes. 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Okay.
Knicks up 30 again.
Wow. We back.
We know DSJ.
Game.
We back.
We know DSJ. Jesus Christ already.
DSJ,
Nobody's
got it, bro.
What?
Nobody's saying that about Obi. We all said we want to see Obi play at least 18 minutes a game per game. He needs more touches. He needs more time. So
what DSJ said that. I told y'all that.
Now he's saying, so how? He said, how are we gonna disrespect Obi Toppin today? I keep telling y'all to give Obi time to adjust. We already said that already, DSJ.
Who you talking about, DSJ?
Right?
Got the guests backstage. I'm gonna play this video real quick for the audience, for the crowd, so we can introduce them properly. This is Patricia Mytime with Alibi.
Good, my G. Yo, you about 10 G's short.
What? Yo, man, count that again. It's there.
It's not all here. Yo, you got 24 hours to get my money. I know what my money look like. 24 hours, get my money.
What it is, don't leave me in the dark. Let me know what happened in the park. It's sad to see it from the window. You lie about everything. How can I trust your word? I heard. Baby, let me know what you're running for. Why? Ooh, yeah. What it is, don't leave me in the dark. You ain't right.
hustle a couple players just so that we could U-Haul. You know, move around, top down, twin Ferragamo frames. You was thinking cheating and bowling in different lanes. You know my ex is just my ex, that's a different game. I don't have no alibi, just really try and use my brain. I saw you going through my phone, I went back to sleep. She told me you called, that was the jeweler, I met him last week. 90% of relationship is me defending what I'm doing. Snap back another Patrick that you win. I needed your ring size so I could throw the blue in, so you could shine like that MAC lip gloss you using. I've been retired to Jersey, but all you see is a pimp with hush puppies and derbies. What's my alibi? I'd rather lie, cause the truth hurts. You creating a puddle, all you do is cry. Why?
What's your alibi? What it is, don't leave me in the dark, you ain't right. What's your alibi? What's your alibi? Tell me. What's your alibi? What's your alibi? You ain't right.
And that was our guest who's coming in. Boom.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, sis? What's
How you
good?
doing?
What's going on? Miss Mytime, what's good with you?
My time. I'm good.
How's
Hey,
everything
Jar.
going on?
Hey, what up, Trish? How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. You
Nice
too,
track.
you too.
That's our man. Heck,
Thank
he
you.
from Rockaway too. He from Rockaway too, Trish.
How you
The
doing? How you
producers
doing?
from Rockaway, everybody I use is from Rockaway.
We trying to keep it.
Awesome.
We trying to keep it Rockaway all the way, you know. So you know,
A lot
with
of
that being
talent out
said,
there. A lot of
with that
talent
being
in
said, we wanted to bring you on our platform to give you your flowers as being not only our sister, somebody that we grew up with, but you know, for the things that you've done in the music industry. You know, I could say I don't want to say I'm gonna say 15 years plus. I don't want to say the other thing because you know we ain't giving away nobody age or nothing like that. So I don't want to say too much. So I'm gonna say 15 plus, right, sis? I don't want to give away too much, you know. So we wanted to give everybody. We like to give everybody from Rockaway they flowers, you know. So we wanted to bring you on and give you your flowers and to let you know that we recognize what you do, you know.
Thank you.
And as somebody from our hood, you know, being from where we come from, you know, somebody that we seen, and I knew you all my life, so you know, we
Yeah,
knew each other
for
all
real.
our lives.
Me too.
So the heart too, you know. So
Definitely.
you know, with that being said, we just wanted to give you your flowers. What's new? Talk about
Thank
what's
you.
new. What you got going on that's new.
I mean, right now I'm working on because that whole album is was the first album I put out in a very long time. That was like 2015 or 14, something like that. And so I took a long break, just life and you know the mom thing, the wife thing, and I just took a break from the business and because I traveled a lot and did a lot and I just needed a break. I needed a break and needed to gather myself, gather my thoughts, gather my mind, gather my next step. It just felt like I was just moving and just really didn't have any direction. So I took a break.
Good.
And so now I'm working on my album again. This album is going to be somewhat of an EP because that one had like 17 tracks. This one is going to have about 5. And I'm excited about it because it's hot. And that's really it. I'm still background singing. I've been doing a lot of writing. That's what I do. That's really what I'm known for. I'm a writer. And so I'm still writing, you know, trying to get a bag. And that's really it.
That's where the bags come from. So Trish, tell us about that the Rebirth Sound Entertainment. So tell us about that whole what you do over there. What you got.
I started Rebirth Sound Entertainment again to really shine the light on Rockaway talent. So everything that I did under Rebirth Sound was Rockaway. It was just Rockaway producers, Rockaway writers, Rockaway MCs. So it was really more so I started that company to really just shine a light on where I'm from. And basically that's what kind of, as many artists as I worked with throughout my career, Rockaway is where I really got started. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Rebirth Sound was initially for. And then it just branched over into me writing and doing soundtracks and stuff like that. But it's still like everything I do under there is just Rockaway. Like the song that I got out, I'm about to put out now is with King Streets and Rockaway artist. And the producer is from Rockaway. I record with a dope engineer from Rockaway. And that's just it. Like I strongly believe in pushing my hood, like pushing where I'm from. And just recognizing that there's a lot of talent out there. It really is. It's a lot of talent in Rockaway, and they just need a shot. And they just need to be seen and heard. And if I can be the catalyst for that, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? Just go.
Y'all hearing this first. Y'all hear that? Rockaway got a lot of talent. Y'all watch out there.
Yo, but L, that's what Keen said too when he came on the show. He said the same thing she's saying.
There you
Similar,
go. You have it.
in
It's a
reference to
coincidence
how
that they both got a song together. How
and they got a
it's dope too.
You know what I mean? How cool is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait, sis. So tell the chat, tell the everybody who's new to Patricia Mytime, some of the people you have worked with over the years. I know you work with SWV, you wrote for SWV, you wrote for Tweet. You also go on tour with Tweet as well. I know that's your good friend.
That's one of my best friends.
You toured with some of the best. Mary J. Blige, Faith, Missy. You know, tell the chat for those who know, for some of the people that you work with throughout your career.
So I've worked with you named them a lot. Carl Thomas, I think you missed one. Carl Thomas, the Lost Boys, Mike Geronimo. I was on both of their first albums. I worked with Kelly Price, Puff for years.
Kelly Price from Rockaway too.
Yes. Puff for years. I mean, and Har Pierre, which was my manager at the time. He was the president of Bad Boy Records, so he was also my manager. And I was under Puff at like 15 years old. And I just pretty much started getting trained just in that camp, just understanding the business, understanding hard work, ethics, and just going after what you want, but with excellence. So that's really and it just led into other things. Once I came out of the Bad Boy camp, I went into Tweet and Missy's camp, and I've been pretty much rocking with them for about 20 years.
Yeah, but you ain't want to get away. Anybody want to say Tween? Want to go? I ain't want to do the dub for how many years.
We all about the same age, and we look damn good for our age. So
damn sure do, sis.
I think it's something to be talking about.
Jahar still got black hair.
Yo, find out, man. You hating because you ain't got black hair, man.
I'm not hating. I get mine honestly, so I don't hate.
Nah, I know. Yo, bro, you the last person I gotta worry about hating on me, bro. Come on, bro. You my guy since day one, man. Like we got a day one thing going on right now, so don't bring that word hate up in here.
So this time, so because everybody who want to jump into the industry, tell us how. Give me like your direction, like what you think, what's missing in R&B nowadays. What's missing.
I mean,
that you think that you could bring, that that you see from where our era and what's out there now. What you think that you could bring to the table.
So I think what's missing, as far as R&B is concerned, is just being authentic and actually singing. I think the new R&B singers right now are rappers, and I think that is just missing, those Faith Evans and those Kelly Prices and those Alicia Keys and Tweets and, like people who can actually really sing, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, people still want to hear that. Everybody doesn't really want to hear trap R&B. So I think that's really what's missing. And just looking on social media, I think a lot of raw talent, it's there, it's there, it's out there, and they're dying to be heard, but the industry is so saturated with what the industry wants people to be attached to. So if they want you to listen to trap music, they're going to push it in your face as hard as they possibly can, and then all the real singers and the real R&B singers get drowned out. So I think that's really, to me, what's missing, because everything is out there. I know a lot of singers, I know a lot of talented people, and it's there. It's just that they're just trying to fight between politics and just just this whatever they want to put out there just to be heard. So
sorry, sis. I'm trying to move the bully out the way. The bully part of the show, but I keep trying to move him out the way. He keep coming back.
That's a good point. That's a good point in reference to like what they pushing, because R&B singers are not promoting violence like rappers that singing are.
exactly.
And now that rappers are doing it, they kind of trying to avoid out that, because that's positive music that R&B singers bring. But just like when they have a verses or they have concerts for artists that been out for a long time that sing and make real good music, a lot of people go to their shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, look at the numbers on Versus. So that tells you a lot. People want it. They're dying for it. You know what I'm saying? Thirsting for it. But it's just, I don't know. They're just hiding it for some reason. It's not good. It's not good at all.
The independent side of music could be big with that. So with the platforms and stuff that they have now, if people just push their music and the fans is going to support it. I think a lot of people just have problems with money, affording the studio and the whole process of really getting it done and knowing, or they don't have faith that they could do it on their own. But like I tell people, just keep recording your records and you get that one record that could really get you money to pay for the rest of your records. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it's all about.
I'm going to touch on that point. One thing I've learned just from myself, right? Because I'm very humble. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people get in their own way. They get in their own way. And I recorded my album, that My Time Is Now album, in Bayswater in somebody's bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not about trying to go get a quad studio or, you know what I'm saying, or some big studio paying $250 an hour, $175 an hour, when just for a microphone, because the engineer could possibly be trash. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to find people who are all on the same page, and we're all trying to get this same idea happen. Whether it's in a bedroom, bathroom, or whatever, if the talent's there, it's going to come out amazing. So My Time Is Now album, I recorded with Dowdy, which is one of my producers. He lives in Bayswater. And I recorded all 12 records in his room. Mixed, mastered, everything in his bedroom. And we just bust our records. You know what I'm saying?
So it doesn't. You got your peoples in the building tonight, sis. Your mom said your mom's is in the building tonight. So your mom's giving you a shout. Yeah. Hi, Ma. Shout out Ma Dukes.
And people don't understand. People don't understand that. Like, we was talking about this on another show, how like your accomplishments are within you. You know what I mean? Like how you do all of those in-house studios and your grind, how you get your music done. And then the next thing you know, you recording with Missy and Tweed and on tour with this person and that. So it's like the grind pays off, and that's the same way in any hustle or any business that you in, whether it's the clothing business or the music business or the rap business. You got to just continue to grind, and that's basically what she's saying. And you came a long way doing all of that stuff, and I just think you deserve all the stuff that you get. And a lot of people don't know that you're welcome. A lot of people don't know when you put in all that work, you get money for that. You get this ass cap, this royalties, all type of ways the money come in through that, from songs being played on movies and all type of stuff. See, people just know the outside of the game, and while you was in there learning the game, you was also learning how to get paid. You know what I mean? So that's the key thing with the business that now. And when your music comes to fruition and comes out, it'll be your best time, because now you know everything. And I always tell people, it don't matter your age, you got to use other people for example. Like, look at Tyler Perry. Look at other people who didn't really get a lot of money until they hit an older age. So
That's right.
it's never too late to get your big bags that you really deserve because you work all them years for it. So,
and it's all about timing. It's all about timing. It's all about being in the right place at the right time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And when you align in alignment with God and your purpose, everything just works out. Like, even with the record I did for SWV, I was literally up at RCA playing a record in the room for the RC. I never went there to play the record for SWV. They just so happened to walk past the room while I was playing it. And then Coco came in the room and said, "Whose record is this?" And I was like, "It's mine." And she was like, "I want it." And we were in the studio 2 days later. So it's just about timing. Certain things just.
And not worrying, just work. That's what I tell people.
That's it.
You can't worry, you just gotta work. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always stay on my feet. You know,
Sis, you know how we came about. Like we started the show, and the day we was going live, it was Hector and myself talking behind stage, and he said, call Hard Will, and I said I wasn't worried about Hard Will. I wasn't worried about your heart, right? So the day of the show, I called him. I don't know what time. What time was it? Hard. I text him. I'm like, "Yo, we going live in about, I don't know what time." Blah 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 blah. He said, "Text me back." He called. He said, "Yo, y'all going?" I said, "Yeah, we want you to be part of the show." I never told him nothing up until that point. This is the day of. I said, "Yeah, we want you to be part of the show." He's like, count me in," and the rest is history because it's all about timing.
That's dope.
And he said, "I was already thinking something like that." I said, "I know. I waited till the last minute to call you." The day of, I was making our debut show. I called Hard Will, and he jumped right on in, and the rest is history. I think we got some. Who we got backstage? We got people backstage.
I got DSJ and J Boogie backstage. I'm bringing them in right now.
Bring them in.
I'm gonna bring them in and ask some questions too. Now, what I was gonna say about that was that the reason why I thought the show made so much sense before we go back was that we all from Far Rockaway. It's like what Trish saying. No matter where we live at, like I moved out of Far Rockaway, but I'm all Far Rock. And
that's right. Me too.
I just want to shout out the hood. Everybody doing all the positive things in the hood. The crate, all the coaches. Everybody making music. Keen for coming on the show. Shout out Keen. And just shout out to the hood, man. It's a Far Rock thing, man. We doing this. We putting everybody on the hood on our show that's doing something positive. So
that's great.
You want to come on the show, hit us up, hit up our Instagram, and we come up here and talk. What's up, DSJ?
We do.
What's up, DSJ? Your journey to where you are at right now. Congratulate you and salute on it. Being such a young age, you said you got into this when you were like 15 years old, and being in an industry that's predominantly dominated by men. How is it that you've been able to navigate it? And you say you took a break going into motherhood. So speak on that. What was your decision into it? Like, how did you weigh out what path you should take?
So, I was lucky because I had a great management team, and because I was so young, they were much older, so they took roles on as a brother, as big brothers for me. And it was times where things, as a young female in the industry and good looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know what it is. Like, guys gonna try to sleep with you, they're gonna try to bribe you, they're gonna try to blackmail you. All of that is real. So thank God I come from a great background, so I have morals, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of my journey was a much harder and longer because I wasn't willing to compromise. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't willing to sell myself just to get on. I wasn't doing that. And to this day, I still have those relationships with them because they respect me. And that's what I wanted more than anything. Like, it's people right now could call on the phone, like influential people that it's impossible to get them on the phone, but they'll pick up the phone for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of just respect and how I carry myself throughout this business, especially being young. And I had my son at 18, 19. So I was a young mother also. So with my son, my parents really held me down with him. And my parents were like, listen, You got this baby. I know you still want to pursue your career. And they held me down. They kept my son, and I was just out. I was just, trying to chase this dream. And thank God I had the support that I did, so I was able to do that. And as far as taking a break is when I really had my daughter, because I knew what I went through with my son, and I wasn't going to put her through that. And just being gone and gone and gone. And I mean, I would be gone for like a year on the road, and just, it was a lot. Just leaving my son like that, it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, no, I got to make a decision, and I got to make some hard decisions. And my husband has said to me one time, he said, listen, if it doesn't mean anything to you, it's not going to mean anything to them. And they're going to run you. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really stand on my ground, my square, and be like, listen, I have to take care of my home first. And that's what I did. So it wasn't easy because all I knew was running and traveling. So, and doing what I love. So for me to take a break, I went through it, just mentally I went through it. Emotionally, I went through it. I went through a little depression because I'm like, dang, I got to be here. I'm home with my kids, but I really want to be on the road. And then you're watching somebody else in your place. Is like, that's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be with Tweet and Missy right now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's like it comes to a point where you got to make some really grown up decisions. And being a mother is a sacrifice. Being a wife is a sacrifice you have to make, and you got to really decide what's more important to you. So that's where I was at with it.
So is that why you got into writing more?
Well, I was always a writer.
But I mean, more like though, like, did you get in your writing bag like
Yes.
now because you couldn't really
Yeah,
do the
so
other
I wrote
stuff?
I wrote my first record, which was this record I wrote for SWV's first album. I wrote that. I was 8 months pregnant with my son.
Okay.
So I started
That's
writing
dope.
from then. Yeah, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to move around then. So I was like, all right, let me just start writing. And then once I started getting one placements, the rest, once you start building a name as a writer, people gonna ask you. They're like, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Oh, bring her in here. I need her to come in the studio, And plus I was a singer, so it just worked out. I started doing more like, background work and writing and stuff like that, which it actually worked out because it built my catalog.
How was it the party with Missy?
Right, good question.
Crazy. The funny thing with Missy is that Missy is not a drinker.
But she still be acting like she drunk, right? I can just imagine she still. Oh, that's enough then. That's enough.
She likes to get people
going.
Tipsy.
Like, let's go.
She gets a kick out of that. You know what I'm saying? So she just gets a kick out of just watching people get drunk. I don't know, but she'll supply all liquor and everything. But it's an adventure partying with Missy because you don't know where you're gonna end up. We've ended up in places where I'm literally like in the corner, like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Like, we sitting over like, how the hell we getting out of here? Like, and it's just like, what's happening right now? Like, I've been in some crazy places with her, seriously.
Just stuck in the middle of a song somewhere.
Yo,
so I got another one. I got another good question. So is Tweet? She looks like she's like innocent, like quiet, like.
Shout out Tweet.
That's my sister.
Is she?
Nah,
like
Tweet
that?
is a good time, man. Tweet is a riot. Tweet is a riot. I've had some of my best times with Tweet. Tweet is a riot. We turn up. Turn up. She's she knows, when to turn it off and turn it on. She's still a businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, she's a great time. We have fun. We have fun. She makes work fun.
Okay, cool.
Hey, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the bros on the panel.
On you, DSJ, you got a question for Patricia?
Yeah. How you doing, Patricia? How you feeling tonight?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. I got a R&B creative question.
Okay.
Is it cooler to get an original track, right? Or do you enjoy more creating an R&B sound off of maybe an instrumental, like and I'll give you a prime example. For me,
like a remix.
One of the things I used to like to do, especially like in the 90s, whenever there'd be showcases and stuff like that, is I would use Craig Mack's "Flavoring Your Ear" beat
Mm-hmm.
and sing D'Angelo's "Brown Sugar" over that.
Oh, I do that all the time.
So sometimes I enjoy that more than the original track, and sometimes I'll enjoy the original track over that. So I just wanted to know if there was a preference for you under those circumstances.
So I'm big on I call them mashup records. So I'm big on mashup records. So I'm the fact that you said you did a Craig Mack and you sung a whole nother song on top of it. I love that. I love that, and I would I would prefer to do that, especially live, um, than something original. I think it grabs people more because people always go to what's familiar. So I think with the fact that you're able to do that is what will build a really cool audience for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you throw in original records here and there. But mashup records for me are like my go-to. Like a lot of my first album is mashup records. Like the Could You Be Love, um, Daydreaming. I did Jay-Z beats with Aretha Franklin over it. You know, so those are to me. I love doing that the best.
Yeah, especially the I did enjoy that the "Could You Be Loved" over the "No Church in the Wild" beat. I was like, yo,
Right,
that's crazy,
right.
and that's what prompted me to ask the question because again, just off that history of getting and again, what I'm saying, back in the day, it used to be getting the DJ to spin a record, but then he'd have like an R&B track or whatever the case may be. Like I remember when it used to be like, "Whoa" was the hot beat, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
you'd get like a next wifey beat or something like that, or wifey track, and play it over that. And it
Mm-hmm.
was always like dope to hear that, what I'm saying, that creative mix. So
Mm-hmm.
again, what I'm saying, just hearing stuff like that, I used to always get kind of hype and always love the merge of the two worlds, R&B and hip hop,
It's so dope.
especially just from the era that we're from,
Mm-hmm.
where it was okay to, what I'm saying, to merge the two worlds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dope.
Facts. That's definitely
On
dope.
you,
We was talking
Jake
about
Boogie.
that earlier. You got a question, Jay Boogie?
We got our big brother Jake Boogie in the building. He's somewhere.
He probably muted.
Jay
Can't
Boogie, you
hear us.
Yeah,
there?
he muted. Yeah. Oh, I have another question though. While
Yes,
Book is
yes.
getting himself unmuted, um, do you think that the problem with the industry has been that the industry has gotten lazy to a degree in regards to A&Rs don't even do A&R work anymore, as how it used to be, where they would discover talent, cultivate talent. Now it's like about the algorithm. If you're already popping, then that prompts you to get the look that you should be getting as a raw talent.
Yeah, I think
Good question.
I wouldn't use the word lazy. I would use because things change, like
Yeah.
things evolve. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you have to be swift enough and creative enough to move with the change. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily use the word lazy. It's just that the artist basically took control of their own career. So the middleman got moved out. So now it's not in the hands of some quote unquote A&R who claims that he knows this, that, and the third, and really doesn't. He really don't. He probably got in there because he knew somebody, and now it's up to this person whether you make it or not. So I think that because of technology, um, that middleman has gotten they're removed. So now you don't really need them. Honestly, you don't need them. So I think what has become lazy is the fact that artists don't take enough time to basically perfect their craft. They're just putting out records that are not mixed. They're putting out records that sound like vocally sounds crazy to me. And I come from an old school era, so Puff was a perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't throw out just anything. You know what I'm saying? That's where I come from. So the fact that I hear music now, I have a keen ear for mixes and doubles, and that's just how my ears train. So when I hear the stuff that they're putting out now, and I even asked my son, I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And he's like, "Mom, we don't do that no more. They don't do that no more."
Shout him out, Trish. Shout him out. Shout your boy out, Trish. Shout your boy out.
Oh, my son,
That's right.
Castro Bandit. Yeah, he's an MC. So you can follow him at Castro Bandit, I think his name. on Instagram is. But if you go to my page, you'll see him. Just follow him. But he's dope. He's dope. He reminds me so much of myself. So much of myself. Great. He got a super dope ear. So yeah, but I think that's what's really gotten lazy. Just the artists, like they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And people are eating it up, so they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. J Books, you back with us, J Books?
Hey, salute. Three capital S's, man. Shout out to everybody watching. Y'all know what time it is. Get that like button up, man. Support the squad. Support what's happening. You know what I'm saying? This is something different from any and everybody else, what they got going on. Y'all see the beautiful R&B wisdom up in the building. Get them like buttons up and support what's going on, man. Shout out to everybody repping that orange and blue. Big time win tonight, you know what I'm saying? New York Knicks, we in the building. We got a 20 spot. What that means, we 2-0. We got 2 in the dub and 0s in the L spot. You know what I'm saying? We went down to Orlando and shut the Walt Disney down completely. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I got a tough night going on. In the middle of the game, somebody called me with emergency move, man. A whack company, you know what I'm saying, had left these people furniture all outside, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with my company, I'm trying to come up. So I came out here to come do it, you know what I'm saying? But I know, you know what I'm saying, it's late. We in the PM. So what's better than have the PM with, you know what I'm saying, Miss PM in the building doing
I know that's right.
time, you know what I'm saying? So it's dark, but that don't mean nothing, you know? But shout out to everybody, all y'all great men. I got a real quick question for you, you know what I'm saying? I ain't catch all the whole show and everything, but I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing and doing what you got to do. Do your own roadblock. Don't let nobody get in the way. Let nobody tell you can't do what you do. Keep pushing and keep doing what you got to do. You could be the female version of push it to the limit, what, you know what I'm saying? What that fat boy used to say, push it to the limit. Well, quick question. When do you know when you when do you know when you writing, when you force writing, or you good writing? The difference between you forcing something that you trying to hurry up and get it to go, or it's just coming automatically how you want it to come?
So that's a great question. When I know I'm force writing is it just takes a long time to write a song, because it doesn't take me long to write at all. Like I can write a record in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But when I know there's other things going on and I'm forcing it, then I have to walk away from it. And I don't care how long I walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? I got to walk away from it because it starts sounding crazy. It starts sounding like forced. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when I get like that, I have no problem in bringing in help. I'll call another writer and bring somebody else in to help me. And sometimes you feed off of that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to just bring in other people. People don't want to work with nobody. So you'll sit there and just be stuck for no reason. But then when somebody else comes in who's the writer, or I've had rappers honestly write records with me. You know what I'm saying? Alibi I wrote with this dude Brooks from Brooklyn. He's a rapper. He can sing, but he's an MC too. And I was getting stuck. I got stuck on that record, and I called him, and he came in with this crazy wild energy, and we just finished the record.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I got to definitely get into some more of your music, you know what I'm saying? My brother, you know, Worldwide, you know, he put me on to what's going on tonight. Shout out to the Worldwide L doing what he doing. Shout out to Hard Will, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Heckler man. And I know my man, the real DSJ is in the building somewhere. I'm trying to get him to, you know what I'm saying, come through the studio and do what he need to do, you know what I'm saying? But keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to start following you up, you know what I'm saying? Real nice. I'm sorry my time is short. I'm out here working right now in the middle of the night. Got to support the family. Got to do what I got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? But Worldwide got my information. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can collab or do whatever, you know what I'm saying?
For real, let's work.
Yeah, for real.
Let's work.
And I'm around some great studio workers. I heard them numbers you was talking about. Them numbers ain't like that with me, but they got numbers, but they like that.
Okay.
All right. But God bless you all. You know, everybody stay healthy and say continue on doing what you're doing.
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah,
much love. And drop that squad, man.
I said that, Heck, you got it. I emailed it to you just now, Heck.
All right,
we gonna drop that joint squad.
Got you.
No doubt.
Yeah, yo, he got some banging records. I ain't going front.
Shout out Big Bub in the building. I know you're real. I know your government, Big Bub.
Oh, Bub came in.
Yeah, but he in the chat. You can't see it, but he in the chat. Bub in the chat.
Okay.
Shout out, Bub. What up, big bro? Shout out, Shy Legacy. Shout
out to the
Paul.
40s.
Shout out to the
Word.
40s. Yeah,
Shout out to the 40s. That's where we
I
this
know
all started from.
I know we keeping you a long time, sis, but we thank you for hanging out with us. I want
Thank you for
to know.
asking me to come in.
Come on, you the first lady. This is history tonight. This is the history. This history tonight. You the first lady to touch For the Love of the Game podcast.
You see, I had some good
awesome.
questions.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
You know,
I had some good questions.
We made. You got more questions, Hard?
No, I said I had some good ones.
That was a great question.
I had more though, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
I know that you toured with some of the greats, right? So we're gonna get into some funny because we like to have some fun, right? Tell me some of your funnest or the funniest things you saw on tour with some of the greats. That's you toured on with Mary J. Blige, Faith, Missy. What was some of the highlight moments that you can recall?
Or the most memorable, moment.
Yes.
So for me, I think the most memorable moment was we were in Vegas, and Vegas venues are huge. So it's like, the screen is up, we walk out, tweets out, Missy's out, and then we had a segment where the background singers would come to the front, and we would do like solos with Tweet. So for some reason, we go out there. I did my part. I did not see this speaker. I don't know where this speaker came from. And I bust my ass on the stage in front of like thousands of people. And then whoever was working the camera literally took the camera and put it on me on the floor. And I saw my whole fall is just up on the screen. Like, it was crazy. And then because we're in the middle of the show, I had to get back up and keep singing. You can't walk off. So, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get back up and my knees were bleeding. I was toe up. And it was very hard for me to get it together after that. But that was like a soup. Like Missy and Tweet was looking at me like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did that happen? I'm like, yo, I don't know. So that I'll never forget ever.
So if anybody got any more questions, any questions in the chat, plug the Instagram, plug the businesses, plug everything that you got going on, sis. Let the world know what's going on. Plug your son, plug his stuff, what he got going on. This is what we do. We represent Fire Rockaway. We give you your flowers. Plug everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm working on, like I said, my new EP. I'm actually going to shoot a video on the 27th in Jersey. And the first single I'm going to drop is with King Streets, is When I Woke Up. And that's really about my story with my husband, because, we have a long history. And
shout out Buster.
Yeah, my husband
Big
Buster.
Bro Buster.
And a lot of this album is talking about our history. Like, we got some stories, you know what I'm saying? But I wrote about them, and I put them in a song. So it's a dope album. And so I got that going. That's gonna probably drop in November for sure. And I still got the salon. I had the salon in Rockaway that I closed through the pandemic. So now I'm online. So it's at Salon Suites. You can go to my Instagram at Salon Suites, and that's SWEETS. So I'm still doing hair, still making wigs, still doing. I think I'll always do hair and make wigs. I don't care if I blow up tomorrow. Like I'm probably always gonna be here. And then my son, Castro Bandit, he's he has so much music. Like he has such a crazy drive. So he inspires me a lot. He has that young energy that's just, they are relentless. They are not stopping. You know what I'm saying? So you can look him up he's everywhere, on Spotify, iTunes. So Castro Bandit, shout out to my son. And and who else? Like, and that's really what I'm doing. And my sister's here too, Doshi. So if anybody's having a party, go to So Fabo events. She's amazing. Go look her up on Instagram. So if you're having a birthday party, a private dinner, or anything, baby shower, just go look her up, and she does everything for you. So and that's really it. Me and my husband still got our business because we house the homeless. and we have a contract with the city of New York, so we house disadvantaged individuals, and we've been doing that for about 8 years, and that's what we about. You know what I'm saying? Just giving back and just trying to help people, man. That's what it's about.
It's a fact.
What's the name of your
Wow.
organization that way I could look into it and get more info on it?
It's called it's two. So the nonprofit is called Project First Step, and the actual business that we house the homeless is called Advantage Real Estate Group. Okay. So yeah, you can look us up. We doing it for a long time, and so we're about to actually branch out and try to help more people, because that's like the biggest problem in New York City is people, like, it should be no reason why you shouldn't have a place to live. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people who don't have a place to live. You know what I'm saying? So, and we try to focus on, I know a lot of people focus on women, but we try to focus more on men, and housing men. Because if you'll find out, a lot of men live with women. And as soon as the woman gets mad, she throws them out, and they don't have anywhere to go. You know, they don't have anywhere to go. So we try to really help them and get them on their feet. So that's what we're doing.
I think Bub had a question for you. He said, he said something about part 2 on My Time. I think he pronounced it. I think he said actually about something. There you go, something bottom of the screen.
Oh, ask her if My Time 2 is. Oh, My Time is now part 2. I'm still wrecking. Oh, okay. So he's still playing the first album. A lot of people still playing that first album. It's definitely a part 2. Yes. So the Alibi video actually was at the end of it. If you look at it, it says to be continued. So it was supposed to be a story that kept going, but a lot happened with the video, the director. It was just a lot going on, and I just kind of got discouraged from it. And so now I'm picking it back up again, and I'm going to continue. So I guess you can say My Time Part 2 is coming out. So yeah.
There you have it, y'all. From our sister, we thank you, giving you your flowers. Yeah. We thank you for spending the evening with us. We appreciate you spending the time with us. We appreciate the interview. Dope ass interview.
Oh, we definitely want to hear that.
Dope ass interview. Definitely. Our platform is open. I mean, anytime. You know, I know I can get nephew anytime I want nephew. I know you got the baby and all. You know, I know I can get him anytime I want to. But our platform is always open. Anytime you want to come in here, anytime anybody want to come up here, you know, we doing Fire Rock till we die, 40s till we die. You know what I mean? Bay Rats all day. You know what I mean? Hey, I just want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Dope interview.
No doubt. Love y'all, man.
And keep giving back. That's dope to hear what you just said. You know, I do the same thing, helping the kids through basketball, through my company, Hard Will. So, like, keep doing what you're doing. And, you know, I follow you now, so I can hit you up.
Okay,
I could donate shirts to some of the guys or whatever, you know.
Oh, that would be awesome, Jahar. That would be so dope.
All right. So,
so
definitely. Dope. All right. Good to see you.
You have it, y'all.
And wish you the best. Can't wait for that album.
Love you, sis. Y'all. Thank you.
Love you.
Going to the break. Watch our break. Our intro. We coming back. It's Nick time, y'all.
Boom, 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 boom.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. We must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing, be cool. We beat you, cool, we gonna lose.
I told you.
We back with the exclusive.
I'm about to put on a suit and tie. Look like Jerome or
Jay
something in
Boogie.
that mirror. Cause when you look good, you ain't gotta worry about nobody telling you how you look.
Exclusive.
So never mind what the haters say. They wanna hate what they love in the franchise. When Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? They wanna hate what they love in the franchise. When Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? We all know right now who brought the city back. Tell D Rose Noel ties us running back. When Berg said he inking in that new contract. Some new money have you pushing that Maybach. I hear the talk, Katie said we ain't cool no more. We'll tell that to the Barclays when they open the door. Before the game, red carpets get rolled out. You see the stars attendance mean we sold out. Ain't no arena feeling like this gym. Clyde with that brim, Nick jersey with some blood Tims. This for the ones that continue to love the hate. And how Max went from his first to his last take. They say, Boogie, why you talk like that? I'm spitting bars, so I'ma talk like that. Yeah, the media got me feeling like that. My James Brown saying this is my payback. They wanna hate what they love in the franchise. The Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? They wanna hate what they love in the franchise. The Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? Some real fans to the game, that mean we stay loyal. Twist the cap off the top so you can crown royal. I promise you're about to see a league mess. I'm right beside Mr. Worldwide West, gunning championship Escobar with the cigar. The next track, Mr. Dolan on the guitar. Play that. In fact, this a new anthem. Tell Mr. Isler you need a new hawk anthem. Everybody put your hands in the air. I wanna see you with your hands in the air. Celebrate your life. Everybody put your hands in the air. I wanna see you with your hands in the air. You a Nick for life. They don't live how we live. When we do what we do, we do what we do. They don't do it.
What we do. This the part I told him should have been the hook. Is it blue? Let's give you that Queensville.
Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? They wanna hate what they love in the franchise. The Spice said it's the orange with the blue skies. It's no city more famous with the nightlife. We celebrate feeling good is the Knicks, right? Drop that. Spin a beat for a moment.
That's how we do it for the love of the game, you know what I'm saying?
We're just vibing out on a Friday night, you know what I mean, right, Will?
You know what I'm saying? We show love to who show love to us, you know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all we about. We about showing love to who show love to us, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shout out to my boy Boogie.
Shout out Patricia Mytime. Shout out Jay
Shout out
Boogie.
Patricia. Thanks for coming. Fire interview.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Missy. Shout out Tweak. Shout out the hood. 40s.
40s all day, baby. You know. So with that being said, we had a game tonight. I mean, I boiled up my stats, fellas. I boiled up my little note sheet I had. I mean, is it really even worth talking? Is it really even talking about key points to the game right now outside of us just putting a smack down? I mean, the only thing I can say is like Orlando thought who's the guy named from Orlando who thought they was gonna do something tonight? Came out there, they wanted to play defense. I think he hit the first couple of shots for them in the beginning. I don't know his name.
Bamba.
No, not Bamba. It was Bamba and the other dude.
He said Bamba and the other dude.
I just remember Bamba.
I mean, I don't even know. I have no idea. Shout out Nice. What up, Nice? What's good, bro?
You got a day off, Nice? You alive, bro?
Why you gotta go there, actor?
I haven't seen in a while. You know, Phil, I got a low blow real quick. Feel me? Got a right in the gut. My fault.
I mean, how do we even get keys to this game, fellas? How do we even get keys to the game?
Now I want to start with IQ. What's up with IQ today, Law? What's up with IQ? No.
I do not want to be in this conversation. I will eliminate myself.
Hey, Hardwell, you got listen.
Listen, I got receipts.
Nice. Why you poking the bear?
Look, Hank. Not gonna happen. For those who want to know, let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. See, I got receipts. I'm gonna show you right now. I got receipts. I'm gonna show you the time. I'm gonna show you the time.
Yo, you gotta go get your receipts. I don't believe you.
That's the whole thing. I got receipts.
No, you gotta go and get your receipts. I don't believe you, son.
Yeah, you don't even need receipts after that, bro.
Listen, at 10:18 this morning, I'm in the green. 10:18.
I'm in the green.
This is
why you got a green phone
10:18 a.m. Listen, 10:18, fellas. Listen, those in the chat, they can never get me. I'm like I tell my sons, I'm a million steps ahead of y'all.
Just say you got respect for IQ.
Don't cut me off. I'm going on record
nice
today.
kick in the door, waving the ball.
Hey, he felt it. He already felt it.
I meant to tell Trisha she was in the Biggie video. That's what I meant to say to her.
Oh, you forgot. You forgot about the Biggie video.
She was in the Biggie video. One more chance.
One more chance.
In the ball scene.
I'm on record at 10:18 this morning. So I'm going on record today saying IQ will have a bounce back game against Orlando Magic tonight at 10:18 a.m. I said it first.
Yo, he writing a message to try to give himself an alibi. You see this shit?
No. Because I knew. Let me text. Let me get I got my.
No. Let me tell you what he get. Nice
hat on.
Nice. Look,
I got my analyst hat
they're
on.
playing Orlando. Let me see.
Look at
his face.
It was easy. It's like taking candy from a baby. Got him. I'm a fisherman. Got him. You knew playing against Orlando. I said, all right. So before I hear this shit later on tonight, let me beat them to the fucking punch and tell them
I didn't even bring that up, Heck.
IQ is gonna have a good game.
Did I?
Nope.
Not one time, Heck.
Like I said before, on the fifth. Like I said before, I'm Poppy from the 5th floor. But look,
and he's sending those messages for me, and I ain't even bring that up.
No. It wasn't for you, Hard. See, that's where you got it twisted. It was for nice. It was for nice. See, L. Listen, I proved my point. Listen, wait. Let me finish. I proved my point last game. How he's already on a short leash. I proved my point last game, but I knew playing against the Orlando Magic, it was going to be opportunities for him to score. Now let's not. Now, if you want to call a spade, I call you out on the IQ game. That's not. He didn't play to the fourth. He didn't do nothing. He had 3 points in the first 3 quarters. Let's not go there. So you don't want me to. You don't want me to do the game in the game now. You don't want me to do the game in the game.
He finished the game.
Go, nice.
He finished. Wait. How he finished the game? It's not how you start. It's how you finish. Damn you! It's how. Come on, bro. Oh man, you still explaining?
I'm gonna get my Charles B on you. I'm gonna get my Chuck on you now.
Ron would say right nice. That's what Uncle Ron would say right nice.
You already know. Hardwood right next there. Look.
I'm gonna do my Chuck impersonation. Can
I say something now? Can I say something?
You impressed with IQ?
Yo, what's this shit we be doing?
I gotta do Chuck.
Yo, what we doing? You don't let people talk, man.
You impressed with IQ?
Yo, ain't this guy supposed to be sick, Hack? He's sick.
Yo, I was just about to ask that. No blue. Where's your blue bottle?
I'm 2 days from recovery. I'm better now. It's Friday. I'm better. I got my sippy cup.
Do I have green light?
Yeah, you got green light night. Take it away, brother.
So Actor Harwell, once Lawrence hit that text message, I was like this. I was already playing it safe. I see. I bet you I was like this, man. Thank God he did good. Now they can't say nothing. I'll put that thing on the text.
That was his Geico. That was his.
Nice. When he was lighting up in the
That's somebody you can tell that watches like the real 24. Like, you know, he had to like make sure he had a safety note on the bottom.
Yeah,
of it.
like he's really thinking like he protected himself to the max.
I mean, the real 48.
Yo, don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yo, he like this too, Hack. Look, I got receipts.
I'm ahead of you.
He put his phone to the camera.
That's right.
And then honestly, in all reality, you can't trust people with green bubbles in their text messages. I'm really sorry.
Whatever.
I'm so sorry.
I would never buy. I would never ever buy an iPhone.
You know one thing that's crazy, bro. That I have a feeling, bro, that Clyde he be reading people, bro. Cause literally, I had like that for 2 or 3 minutes. You saw once they knocked out quickly contact lenses, and he started even shooting better.
We probably didn't see it because we was live at the time.
I see.
Yeah.
Bro, once they knocked out his contact, that's when he was like on the rampage, bro. And I'm like, oh, he started doing good after that hit right there. It's like somebody already fixed that contact. And literally, Clyde,
they fixed his bullseye.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Somebody had to get him a new pair. He was having an old pair from Summer League. That's what the fuck it was. He had to get a new pair.
He a type of player though. If he starts seeing the cup a lot, trust me, watch out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, he had some assists that he didn't. Normally, he would force the shot, but he passed it off to someone in the corner or passed it off to somebody cutting. So that's one thing I can say. Like his decision making was a lot better tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't even kill IQ. I didn't even kill IQ for the last game. That's why I said it was a team effort. Because even if you think about it, his 2 points that he scored, we still don't win the game without from 2 points. So it's always a team effort. The thing is to go out there, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, y'all. Each and every time we go live, every man has to do their job. I'm happy that we was able to pull away with the victory, 121-96. Heck, you want to give us the final overall stats because we was live at the time when the game ended.
Hold on, can I say one more thing real quick about IQ?
I'm pulling it up.
I think IQ, right? The difference now is like last year's team is totally different now. You can see even with Fournier and how things is being run. So IQ got to pass the ball more. So if you see that, he's making that adjustment. Because before, he probably had more chances to get his own shot, or they was telling him to shoot. Now they telling him to make the right read, you know? Because it's about the team you have. You know, you got to watch what's going on. You could tell. You ain't just chucking up shots no more. I mean, Julius Randle might do that. Or they give him the ball like at the end of the shot clock. It seemed like they give him the ball with like 5 seconds left in the shot clock. But shout out Kemba Walker. He played better tonight. You know, his shot was going in a lot better. He looked good, man. Shout out Obi. Mitch playing hard. Great game.
I just want to, before I give the overall stats, one thing I want to point out, Julius Randle was the only player to hit 30 minutes in this game. Literally just 30 minutes of play. Everyone else, Mitchell Robinson, 28 minutes. Kemba Walker, 22. Fournier, 27 minutes. R.J. Barrett, 25 minutes. Jericho Sims, 10 minutes. Obi Toppin with a solid 23 minutes.
Wow. I love that. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
With a solid 23 minutes.
I love that.
Rose with 24 minutes. Alex Burks with 18 minutes. Quickly with 20 minutes. And then at the end of the game, Sheldon had 1 minute. Knox 4 minutes. McBride 3 minutes. And Quentin Grimes with 5 minutes.
He out here raising trade value.
Absolutely.
Bro, but that combination with Randall and Obi, oh Lord! Like even Robert.
We've seen a lot of that, right? Nice. We've seen a lot of that, right?
Bro, whoever's complaining about Tom Thibodeau, better shut the F up because that combination between, I'm telling you, Obi and Randall, man, just like Robert Parr put it out there, bro. Like I started looking at that, I'm like, all right, so who's big, bro?
Shout out Garden and Knicks podcast. Tone Wolf.
Bro, it was crazy. It was just crazy, bro. I was loving it.
I mean,
Yeah,
you knew
it's
we
one
was
of them
gonna do
games.
that to
We got a
Orlando,
little
right?
scared. We got a little scared with Mitch going down.
A little bit.
I seen guys chewing him up in the chat. Tweaky, Spree. I seen y'all chewing him up. That's why I keep my receipts. Had to let them know that it's a hand me. I keep my receipts.
Man, knock on wood, bro. Knock on wood. Stop talking like that.
Keeping my receipts. No, because
still got
even
more
if he
games.
did go down, right? Listen, nice.
Oh no,
real
come on, bro. Change conversation.
Don't even say Molly at all.
No. Ain't no jinx. Ain't no jinx. A hand me is not a jinx. You can't jinx a hand me. I'm sorry. That comes from when he's put into the line and into the thrust and have to play a lot of minutes.
And Mitch fall down. Mitch fall down 50 times a game.
That's one of the things I was going to touch on too. I was going to ask y'all that. You know what I mean?
Get right up.
Like
though.
one of the things.
Get right up.
Yeah. One of the things about Mitch is he has to stop. He has to stop landing on the floor. I mean, his stat line is pretty decent. 28 minutes, 9 rebounds, 5. Well, he did have 5 personal fouls. Gee, he played 2 overtime games and then only had 2 fouls in the last game, but he played 28 minutes and had 5 fouls, 6 points. So Mitch is Mitch. You know, shout out Mitch.
He's probably gassed though.
Yeah, he's gassed. He's gassed, DSJ. So we just think God was a Charlie horse, not a handy.
Right. Hey, and also earlier in the chat, I know you was like, you know what I'm saying, the Obi topic thing. It wasn't a shot at none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is just that was a general statement to all the Obi haters out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing, and y'all can attest to this. Well, no, I'm saying because even when the comment with L when he read it, it was like disrespect towards Obi. I was like, nah, it's not disrespect. It's
no, we didn't
dissecting.
understand it. We didn't understand the question.
Right, and so that's what I was saying to clarify it. Nah, it's all good. To clarify it, it was like, nah, I was saying that because throughout we've all been on the panels where somebody's taking shots at OB because he's not where they expected him to be and all that stuff. And I was like, I was always consistently saying every rookie is not going to produce the same way, or, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to take time with this guy. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about from opening tip last season to now. I've been saying that about Obi Toppin. Like, you know, give him time. You know what I'm saying? I've always defended him, and, you know what I'm saying, he's not playing to his strengths and all that good stuff. So now that you see a certain level of progression, it's like, don't sit there and act like all of a sudden now we don't see this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I know how people are. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with Julius Randle. He'll have a good game, he'll have a good season, and the first thing they'll say is, well, that was just one season. As opposed to, you know what? I see the progression. I see what you did differently from game 1 to game 43. You know what I mean? And there's no credit or accountability. So again, the same thing with L. It's receipts. You know what I mean? And I feel like some people need that. You know what I'm saying? They need to realize that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to eat that humble pie.
Yo, DSJ.
Yo.
You know what I think with the whole situation with Obi? It was just a bad situation at first. Like, remember, we always say that nobody really expected Julius Randle to do what he did, or they would have probably never drafted Obi, right?
Right.
Okay. So now, because of situations, right? They have to play Obi at the 5 or do different things, so he's getting more minutes now. Tibbs normally don't do that. So I think somebody is telling him, or, you know, why I said because of situations, because Noel is hurt and they didn't know if Mitch was going to be back. So they was playing Sims and they was trying things like Obi at the 5, probably at practice. They was doing things that we normally haven't seen them do because of situations. So sometimes because of situations, they have to force their hand, and then we get to see things that we want to see. You know what I mean? We used to say that Obi can't play the 5, but maybe he can now. You know, he put Randle at the 5 and he put Obi at the 4. So either way, depending on the game, it could be done. It's proven now because he already did it a couple times. But we still got to wait and see how many times he's going to do it. You know what I mean? The main point I wanted to make for saying that was because Obi Toppin's problem was Randall, and not him getting enough minutes to show what he really could do. Now that he's doing this, they're gonna have to find him minutes because what
Right.
he's doing. You see what I mean? You force a coach hands, and then you earn your minutes. That's just how it go. He wasn't really doing that as much before, or Tibbs had his head like all into Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Like he didn't see what Obi really could bring us.
And a compound on that point too, it's like also you got to look at it from the angle of we didn't play to OB's strengths. OB is one of the best in
Facts.
transition. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what they were doing was they were playing half court basketball all season last year. And so when again you see the immediate change when you brought in Rose and okay, now we're allowing you to run. Here's fast break opportunities.
That happens from
Here's
practice.
transitional offense, and because of that, it's like you saw the turnaround. But again, you know how some fans are. You know what I'm saying? Once they see one thing, they're stuck in that same, you know what I'm saying, modicum of ideas. You know what I mean? Right now, the stigma on James Harden is that he doesn't play defense, but you've seen improvement over the years defensively from him. But the first thing you'll say in any argument when it comes to James Harden is he don't play no defense. That
Yeah,
might
but
have
you
been
can't
true
worry
4
about the
years ago.
fans.
Right. And again, this is not even taking shots. This is just a matter of again, and I think L and that's why I commend L every time when he talks about receipts. It's like some people really like they'll be quick to jump on the bandwagon without accountability. And it's like, nah, sometimes you gotta be held to that. Your words, you were adamant about certain things about this player. When you were criticizing them, then give him the credit. The same way I talk about Julius Randle with the perimeter defense.
Like
I'm
quickly.
adamant about that. Right.
Yeah.
I'm adamant about that because at the end of the day, there's too many examples of games that we could have won if you played perimeter defense. Until that improves, I'm gonna continue to talk about it. But when I criticize with a positive intent. This is why what I'm saying, even when I say it in the group text, I criticize with positive intent. It's not to bash you. This is one of those things that if you ask any coach, and I'm sure you do it too, when you look at a play or something that goes wrong, the first thing you do is here's the evidence on film. Let me break this down, what you could have done, what you could do better. You know what I'm saying? And let's see if we can carry that over into the next game on court. So, you know what I mean? That's just, again, as fans and analysts, you know what I'm saying? When we put our analyst hats on, that's all it is. It's just a matter of really taking accountability.
But fans is fanatics, so
True
when you
indeed.
think of fans, they fanatics, and the analyst has to be a little educated on, not thinking like a fan in certain instance. So I try to do that because if I always thought like a fan, then when I always say everybody, the Knicks fans, they always say the Knicks gonna win or the Knicks gonna win the champ. Oh, I'm not
Yeah, of
trying to doubt
course.
the team.
We
I'm trying to be
can't go
realistic.
82-0, right, Hard? We can't go 82-0, right?
Yeah. So it's like I say, I'd rather lose to, not playing down. Let's lose the teams in close games that they expect to beat us or beat those teams too. If you beat the Heat and you lose to the Wizards, I ain't gonna stress it. I'm just picking any team under team, like because I really want to beat the top dogs to show us that we could go further than even I think. Because I know it's about the players. It's not really about me. It's about what they could see what they could do. I see something in them right now, though. I see the way they look in their eyes. Like I know as a player, once you start looking like that, it could be like everybody is fooled. And people don't have to respect them until they go out and do it. But I'm just saying.
Say that again, Hard. People what? People they
they eyes. L, the way they look, the way the Knicks players look, they hungry. And I feel like if you think it can't happen, that's gonna be the problem against the Knicks. Because they're not missing a lot of shots and they got Mitch on the boards. So we got a real good team. I just want them to see that they're a good team.
Man.
What's up, Chris? Yeah, Orlando, that play from Orlando came out there like that. They came out there like they wanted to prove that I mean, talent is talent, and if you ain't got the talent, then you can't match up with other talent. And it's evident. Shout out! I think Brooklyn beat Philly tonight. I want everybody to spank on Philly.
Bro, that's crazy.
Philly was up.
I want everybody to,
Philly had what, like 10 or 12 points above Nets, and they just came out of nowhere. Bro, it's not looking good.
I want Philly to lose. I want Philly to lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something maybe it's just me being biased, but it's something about. I mean, I'm never one to be like to not like somebody I don't know, but it's sometimes where I just feel like Joel Embiid need to shut up sometimes.
But see, Embiid ain't even just the only issue. I think what it is that you got spoiled. You got a spoiled brat.
You need to shut up sometimes.
No, absolutely. No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, as far as I think a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, and I agree with you. I feel like the loudest person in the room needs to be the one that's the most productive. And if I can't even count on you to complete a full season, then the last thing I need for you to do is be opening your mouth. But the problem with Philly is they got a spoiled brat on the team. And I was saying that ever since his days in LSU. But it's now that you're able to see it because it's evident. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that are said now is starting to come to light. And now you're able to see, okay, yeah, this was a bad choice, and maybe we shouldn't regard some people as high as we do. You know what I'm saying? These blue chippers might not always be blue chippers. You know what I mean? As far as the yeah, and as far as the 82-0 situation, you know what I'm saying? Will, I agree with you 1,000,000%. The only person you got to convince though is Nice, because Nice think we gonna go to the championship this year.
Oh, word.
That's
I can't comment on it. I'm gonna say, like, with Hart asking, I'm gonna say probably. I'm gonna use the word probably.
I was just messing with Nice because, you know what I'm saying? I always gotta take my time to mess with the bro. You know what I mean?
This always fuck Brooklyn, but if they gonna beat Philly, I don't like Philly. So any team that's gonna be Philly, I'm gonna big them up. What's up, Chris?
Do you mind if I
saw the game
say
tonight?
something?
You saw the game tonight, Chris?
No, I didn't. It wasn't on TV. But can I just say something?
Sure, brother.
I was talking to Tim the other day, and I have the Knicks going to the finals too, as the third seed versus Phoenix.
I don't know, bro. That chemistry got me thinking now 201, nothing below. I know it's too early, but
201.
Yeah, 2 or 1. I'm telling you, people are sleeping. But if that chemistry still stay on, bro, have you saw Derrick Rose going off on Mitchell Robinson on the last game? Not today's game, but the last game, the one before this one. He went off, like, bro, do your thing, and that's what I love. Hold each player accountable. It has nothing to do that you're not. Let's say that you're not popular or you're not popping in our team. The thing is, if you're not doing something that we expect you to do, we're gonna correct you on it. You know, and I love it. I love it. If they keep that mentality, I'm telling you right now, that's a championship or a winning mentality.
But we definitely establishing the culture. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just the biggest step in the right direction.
Hey, guys.
I think we could go further with Mitch. I don't know how further, but you know.
It looked good with Mitch, don't it, Hart?
Yeah, Mitch is everything. Because
what's up, Chris?
Did you see my dancers versus Atlanta?
Yeah, but Chris, I live in Atlanta, so I got to go with the Braves beating the Dodgers. Sorry, brother.
The Dodgers came back though yesterday, I think.
They did. What is it? Game six, right? Tonight or tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
I ain't sure.
Hey, Knights.
Talking to you, brother.
Sorry, I didn't answer your call. I was watching the game.
Nah, you good, brother. Ain't nothing you need to apologize.
I'm trying to look for feeds from this game. It's not really. It's one of them games you they say you tear up the stat sheet because everybody's stats is overblown. It's a team effort. You wanted the guys to come out there and do what they did. tonight. I think they needed it. I think the guys needed the rest. You could tell in the beginning of the game that Randall was tired. He didn't want to have to do what he had to do tonight. He came out the game. He was dishing. So that first quarter, he was passing a lot. I think he had 6 assists in the first quarter. That's good. I think he also had 6 rebounds in the first quarter. Fournier came out like he wanted to prove something to Orlando for trading him last year. He did that. RJ started the game out hard. Huh? And who else?
I said, and Boston. He did it to both his teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston, he only played. Y'all got to remember, Boston, he wasn't.
Fournier
He
bad
ain't even get. He only got a cup of coffee with Boston. He only. By the time he drank his cup, and by the time Fournier drank his cup of coffee, he was gone because he ain't play because he had COVID. He didn't play. He only played 6 games for Boston last year. So technically, he wasn't. Yeah, technically, he wasn't good. That's why he couldn't relate to none of the guys like how Kimball was doing Wednesday night. He just was saying what's up to them, but he didn't have a relationship with them because he wasn't there long enough.
Yeah, because they would have paid him. If he would have played like he played, they would have paid him. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm glad whatever happened because we got him. He's a legit.
Boston wanted to keep him. Boston wanted to keep him. They wanted to keep him. They didn't want to pay him, but they wanted to keep him.
No, if they would have seen him play more, I'm saying that they would have paid what they would have gave the money.
They would have went over. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lawrence.
Went over. What's up, Chris?
I just wanted to say that I tried to come on with the guests tonight.
I didn't know you tried to come on. I ain't see you back there. I only seen DSJ and
What you telling Chris snitching right now?
He like, yo, Lawrence, why you ain't get me on there? I can't. I was in the back room.
Yo, Chris, don't be telling on nobody.
I didn't see you, Chris.
Chris wanted to get his balls off.
Yeah, I didn't see you, Chris. I'm sorry. I didn't see you. You know, but if I had so you, I would have said something.
I saw
to the
Chris
person who
over
controls
there.
that.
He like, yo, Hector.
Yeah, that was my fault, Chris.
Hey, Lawrence, can you see if you can get her on before the end of the year again?
Before the end of the year?
Well, if
you drop her album, she coming back, she said.
Yeah, if you got Instagram, Chris, you could hit her up on Instagram. Go to For the Love of the Game on Instagram, and she's in the post that's there.
She said she coming back anyway, Chris. When she drop her album, like November, she said.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And hey, Lawrence, there's one guest I want you to get on here. Ashley from Knicks Fan TV.
Who you wanted to get?
Ashley.
Oh, Ashley? Oh, Ashley busy. I hate Ashley up. Ashley busy. So between her doing her own thing and her doing Knicks Fan TV, she's busy. So we all kind of collided at the same time. So it'd be hard getting her on. But I did hit her up though.
She on
shout out Ashley.
She on what's the name show, right? That dude. CP?
Yeah, CP, Knicks Fan TV.
Yeah, I saw
shout out Ashley. I did hit her up, but she is busy, so it's hard to get on, Chris. You know, she's on that show. No, no problem. I tried to surprise you. I did. I hit her up, but I know she's busy. So, you know. So shout out Ashley.
Like you said, Al, soon they're gonna want to be on our show.
Yeah, soon, without a doubt. You know what I mean? That's why we're gonna continue to do what we do, you know, and support everybody and everybody support us, you know. That's how it go. One hand wash the other, you know. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in this game right here. Yeah, thoughts nice on when you see bitch go down and grab his hand.
I'm fixing to go, guys, but I just wanted to say I love you guys.
Love you too, Chris.
But hey, Hector.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be on Sunday after the game?
No. We'll be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday our normal times.
And we got a special show, y'all. We got a special show Tuesday, 7:30, with a super surprise guest. It has been confirmed. Super surprise guest. It's only gonna be an interview show. We're not gonna talk no sports on that show. We're just gonna interview our guests. It's definitely a legend. Grammy nominated
We can talk
rapper.
sports though after that, right? He ain't gonna be on that long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if you I want to, without a doubt.
We got
You know,
2
so our show,
hours.
we do
We
what
got
we want
2
to do
hours.
hard. Yeah.
We're gonna be able to
Grammy
talk some stuff
nominated,
after that.
Grammy nominated rapper. Will be joining
Far
our
rock
show.
away.
I'm gonna leave. Yeah, we
Far
ain't gonna give
rock.
all hints now. So Tuesday we do have a special show for y'all. 7:30 Tuesday. Be in the building.
I'll call you
Tuesday?
tomorrow nice and
Oh,
It's
because
definitely
that's
gonna
not
be
our
historic.
normal. That's not our normal day. I
Nah,
get it. Okay.
no, yeah. So it's not our normal day. So due to the fact it's not our normal day, Tuesday, we got a Grammy nominated rapper will be in the building. Definitely don't want to miss that one. Definitely want to be in the building for that one to ask some questions. So tune in Tuesday, 7:30, y'all.
Lawrence,
What's up, buddy?
I will call you tomorrow around 4, if that's okay.
Sure. Sometimes when you be calling, I be driving. You know, this Atlanta traffic is crazy out here, Chris. So I can't pick up when I be driving.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Lawrence. I love you, buddy.
All right, my brother.
All right, Chris.
All right, my brother.
Love you, Max. Love you, hard.
Love you too, player. Appreciate it.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, so tune in Tuesday, everybody. Trust me, y'all not gonna want to miss this interview or this guest we have on. Grammy nominated rapper. Will be on the For the Love of the Game podcast. A Grammy nominated rapper.
So after that, people should be asking us could they come on. It should be it should be a start.
Yep.
It should be a start.
Yesterday's prices is not today's prices. Shout out Fat Joe. Shout out Smoking Nick in the building. Come on in, bro. We just shooting shit. You know it's Friday. Sippy Cup Fridays. Sippy Cup Friday. We Sippy Cup at nice.
I don't have it today.
So what was your thoughts when you saw Mitch go down and grab that right hand, what was it, left hamstring?
I thought Mitch fell again.
I thought so. I thought he might have pulled the hammy. I thought he might have pulled the hammy.
Bro,
but nice.
The way I'll be seeing, I know that you talking about Mitch, but the way that I'll be seeing Taj Gibson going down, he scares me even more than Mitch. Like, I just hope that, knock on wood,
Taj fall like a tree.
Bro, I don't know, bro. Taj be making anybody think like, bro, he's gonna go off, but
he fall like Timber.
He's out, but he keeps on coming back. That's what's up. That's, man, we miss Taj. Where the hell is Taj?
He had a baby.
Taj had a baby. Heck shouted it out the other day.
Yeah, shout out Taj.
Hey, everything is working out for the Knicks. Gotta have kids now.
No, y'all know. I wanted to ask y'all this because it's this game tonight pretty much is like null and void. We did what we supposed to do, and I look forward to a lot of games like this, like tonight. I definitely look forward to a lot of games like this tonight. So I'm gonna take that and lead it to our next question. With this team being so deep as it is, do y'all guys? I know it's early. Nice. I know it's early. Do y'all guys see the Knicks shaking anything up in the near future? Even with winning, I'm talking about just as a winning team. We're a winning team, and we're going to be a winning team this year. Ain't no doubt in my mind. The good thing about the Knicks is that they able to look. He over here. Look. He don't mess. He done distracted me, y'all. He don't play. Y'all gotta see him. And now he can't even breathe over here because he been running around up under me, biting on everything. Y'all don't hear him?
Yeah.
We hear him.
Y'all hear him? Let me see if I can get the mic to him. Listen. I can't get the mic to him. He over here snoring.
Let him sleep.
Jeez. So with that, so back to the question. Now he up now. So back to the question. With the team being so deep, the way how it's constructive, we could. This is the first time in a long time that I know a team that can afford to have a player go down and be all right and have the next man fill in due to the key pieces. But do you see the Knicks shaking anything up for if the right superstar or star come along that they might want to be able to upgrade the roster?
I think they went on plan B. You know what's the plan B? Forget the superstar, forget everybody. Julius Randle is our number. Like, man, it's debatable. It's debatable because what Derrick Rose is doing. Yeah, what Derrick Rose is doing, like right now, I'm putting him in question. Like, he could be our number one, but you can't take away what Julius Randle did last year. So you still got to put him a little bit above Rose. But man, I just love the chemistry. I love the chemistry. Like right now, ain't no breaking, ain't no talking about Dame Lillard, Stephen Curry, no other team, no other player. The possibility of them coming over here. I love what I see, and I just want them to continue. Like if you look at everybody speak, the way they speak about each other, the way they correct each other. If you saw the part where Tom Thibodeau, he went off on Obi, and Obi came in and he started shooting like fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love, bro. Ain't like, oh, somebody screaming at you, and now you're gonna be like, oh man, screw this team. No, everybody is putting that intention. Like, I like if you correct me, I'm gonna do better. Like I'm telling you, ain't
that something nice? Ain't that something? Like when you see, not to cut you off, nice. I just want to chime in. Like when you see that he's yelling at them, and you know that they're going to go back and try their hardest because it's that genuine. It's that genuine. Yeah, nice. I'm sorry.
And it's like it's not only one player; it's all the players. Even Kemba even said it. The main reason he loves the team is because they're dogs. Like I was expecting. I know it's early, but at the same time, there's my intuition is telling me now we going for that number 1 or 2 seed. I'm telling you right now, we going for that number 1 and 2 seed. And after the disaster playoff moment that Julius Randle had last time, I'm telling you, he's coming in this year with a freaking vengeance. With a freaking vengeance. People are just gonna shut the F up after that because once he start playing for bro, I'm not even gonna say nothing more. I'm gonna leave it just like that. But one thing that I didn't like about Julius Randle is that I know that they actually like he was going in for a dunk, like a crazy dunk, and somebody smack him in his face, like
yeah.
But at the same time, you got to maintain your composure. We in the lead, you know. We not trying to break something that we have going on. If something is working, nah, cool. You hear me in my face? Let it go, bro. Just let it go. We in the lead. There's no reason to stir up the pot because maybe next time the Magic want to prove something because of that little push that Randall gave the other cat. So now they might even come in with a little bit dirty.
Randall in the face first. Nice.
No, I'm
hit Randall in the face first.
He did.
He hit Randall in the face first.
He did. But remember one thing: if we too much in that lead, if it was reverse, I wouldn't complain if RJ Randall smacks the other. Yeah. So at the same time, we got to play it fair, you know.
Like we don't promote violence on the show.
Say it again.
We don't promote violence on the show.
Yeah. But you know, we do promote Alfred Payton throwing people into the stands. We do promote that. That's what
I love that.
If I can't get
what's your take on that? What's your take on that? With the how the roster is constructed now, with how deep we are, you know. Do you see the Knicks shaking anything up?
As of now, no. You know, and I don't want to sound like a
near future. If the right deal come along, we're not saying. I'm talking about even with us.
If the right deal comes along, depending on the deal, depending on who it is, depending on how we have to give up or who we have to give up, we can have the conversation and entertain it. Right now, I don't think, you know, we should try to force something if it doesn't come out naturally. You know what I mean? If the perfect deal doesn't line up, you know. But I want to get petty real quick. You know, give me 2 seconds. Give me like 5 seconds to be petty. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. They lost yesterday, 113-87. Kristaps Porzingis scored 11 points. He was 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. And, you know, your boy Cam Reddish did his thing for the Hawks. You know, he led the Hawks with 20 points. He was 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, 7 for 15 from the field. So the only reason I bring this up is because I don't like the Mavericks or Kristaps Porzingis, so I'm going to be petty right now. We are 2-0. We have a better record than the Mavs and the Nets, and that's all I gotta say right now.
Kill.
How crazy is that to have like Cam Reddish go off, RJ playing the way he playing, Zion hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the two afterthoughts like are playing better, and probably will continue to have a better career because we said that before, that how Zion body was built was reminded us like how Blake Griffin is. So that's they body can't stand with how it can't move forward the things that they're able to do. The guard, it don't hold up. But how crazy is that for Cam Reddish and RJ to be showcasing their talents the way they are right now in the beginning of the season? When everybody thought that Zion would probably be the clear front runner, best player out the draft. But out that class of Duke players, I should say, and it's probably going to be the opposite. It's probably going to end up being the opposite.
I don't mean to take away from the Knicks talks. I was just trying to be super petty for a second, but we can get back to the Knicks.
What's your thought on it, Hard?
Well, I feel like, they might stay put because it is really nothing out there. Even when something come about, right, it probably got to make sense because I said this before, and I don't know if, anybody remember, like, if, say, Damian Lillard, for example, or you see how Heck brought up Dallas, right? Look at these teams. They losing. Like, yeah, they got those players on their team, but you can't always think that all players is better than our players. You know what I'm saying? But it is the beginning of the season, and we got to be a little patient and see what's going to happen and things like that, right? But at the same time, I'm not giving up 3 players that's nice, like a RJ Barrett, like Obi Toppin, and a Quickly. That's a perfect example. Them 3 players for even Dame Lillard, like I'm not doing that. And I mentioned it earlier. Dame Lillard lost yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He missed the tie-in 3. So, and that's another thing. I want to start going over NBA in general because we're not just a Knicks show. So I'm gonna have a segment where I touch every game that I saw, or we're gonna at least read the stats to go over some just regular NBA conversations of what's really going on, like Heck just did, because I want to mention more of that. Like, because I know about games that just happened that was real good games, and teams that's losing that shouldn't be losing, and they can't tell me that they don't mind losing already, because every game counts. When the Warriors lost 9 games in the whole season before.
And shout out to the Warriors off to a good start, Hard.
Yeah, shout out to the Warriors as well. Shout
They
out
play
Stephen
both LA
Curry.
teams.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I saw a stat, right? And it said Stephen Curry for 40 and more 40 plus points, how many games? And it had like 45 games, and it had James Harden at like 12, 15 games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you gotta pay attention to stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because you can't put dude in the same category with dude if you see stats like that. For real, bro. That means that Curry is going out there doing it way more.
Yeah.
20 would be half of 40. We know how to count. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say. It's always a hype. And that's what I want to give on this show. I want to keep it fair. Just because we Knicks fans, we still could call a spade for spade. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all don't have a problem with that because y'all the same way like me. So we're going to take our time out and really break down, even if we look at the scores, we could kind of tell what happened if we didn't see that game. So I'm not saying we got to see every game, but I watch enough Sports Center and enough games, and I got the scores in front of me to break down the game so at least we could see what's going on in the league. It's just as much as we going on air for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's just dope.
That's why we call for the love of the game, baby.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I meant
That's
to,
why we call for the.
word.
That's
People
how
gonna
you
come through
build.
because of that. People ain't Knicks
That's
fans,
how you.
and when we put our thumbnail up, we could put the NBA in general. You see
We
what
do
I'm
that. Hank put
saying?
it up. It's up
No,
there.
I'm
Hank
saying,
put it up.
yeah, no, I'm saying when we talk about more NBA, we could do it like that. So my thing is like, the Knicks is looking better than a lot of teams. That's what made me want to bring that up. You know what I mean? Because nobody's expecting, when you look at what Vegas and all these other people who predict who's gonna do what, they sleeping on a lot of teams that I think is gonna do well. Know what I'm saying? So, and the Knicks is one of them.
They gave us 40.
Atlanta's another one.
They gave us 41.5 wins. That's what Vegas got us at.
Yeah.
We won 41 games last year with 72.
Yeah.
Now we got an extra 10 games. Come on. We're 2-0. We undefeated.
See, that's what I say. That's
I'm
what I
being
say.
petty.
I say the same thing. Yeah. I say the same thing. Like, why we can't win 10 more games or whatever. It's a lot of games we left on it. It's a lot of games we left on the table last year too. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's not forget about that.
But the league got tougher though. That's why they doing that.
Yeah, but we see. I hear that a lot, right, Hard? I hear that a lot. I hear it on sports radio. I hear it a lot. But guess what? We got better. We didn't just stay pat.
Now,
we also got better. So
yeah, but we didn't.
got better.
Yeah,
You see
what?
this between
Yeah.
the
tell you.
games
So
of
when
the
I
league.
hear talk like that, it's like, how can y'all say that this team got better? This team, but and y'all leaving out the Knicks? Like the Knicks ain't do nothing. They got better. Even them bringing back, huh? Wait, hold on. Even with them bringing back 75% of their roster, right? Still, that keeping that core intact and adding 2 more pieces as well as your draft picks. You know what I mean? Makes us better team. Makes us that we also got better, way better.
I was gonna say the only thing I was gonna say was the advantage that we have is that we play team ball, we really get along well, and we play defense, right? And like my coach used to say, we used to play teams that people thought was better than us, and we used to do things against players who went places and stuff like that, because they got to roll the ball out there. That's my point in saying that. You know what I mean? They still got to roll the ball out there. The Knicks got a chance to, show and prove, that they could contend. But you cannot act like, I got a great example. Jason Tatum and Brown, right? Everybody knows that Brown and Tatum could go off. Tatum just so happened to not go off. If he goes off, we don't win that game. We could be having a whole nother conversation. You know how you could tell? Look at how many shots he took, and he kept shooting because they expect him to go off. So you got to give more credit to RJ. But the point I'm making is, bro, like, we have to establish that type of what those guys already established. For people to come out and say that those guys are going to do this and those guys, that's not them making that up, bro. That's going off of those guys' numbers and what they already did. Now, you see what Fournier and Randall did the other day? Okay, that alone could put them in the same conversation. Now, the difference here is this. They have to consistently do that and have a rare game to where like Jason Tatum had. You see what I'm trying to say? Because one of his players said it. He'll go out and have 60 because he had a bad game. I think Kimbo, one of them, said it. But it's true.
Listen,
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true, bro.
Defense has something to do with that too. So defense had a lot to do with that.
But you got to remember, the Knicks is more of a team defensive squad. Like I told you.
Yeah,
even Tibbs said it. Mitchell Robinson is the anchor. What that means is when RJ would have got beat, they not driving in there because Mitch is waiting right there and blocking the lane.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what
So
I'm saying is, you seen the plays that RJ got beat on, right? It's like I think it was 2 plays out of that whole game that he got beat on, that he really got beat on. Like Mitch got beat on 1 play. You know what I mean? So it's going to happen throughout the course of the game. But for him to go out there, his bad shooting had a lot. His bad shooting had a lot to do with RJ too. He altered a lot of shots. He altered a lot of shots for Tatum. And you can sit there and say, "Oh, he usually make them shots," but nah. Even if you just flinch a little bit, like you just flinch a little bit, that could throw your whole shot off.
No, yeah, I know. I seen what he did.
RJ, I watched that game again. I watched
seen
that
what he
game
did.
again, just because I wanted to get my game within the game aspect of to watch that game.
I teach what he did.
Right, to see who really had good. Right, so to see who really had good games, who had okay games, who game needed to be improved. I watched that game yesterday again just to get an intake on the game within the game. I didn't care. I knew the score, I knew who shot what, but I wanted to see who was moving, who was doing what on the court, why they wasn't getting the ball. It was times where on that read where Randall drove to the basket, RJ was been wide open, and it wasn't until Julius was faced with a double team that he passed it to RJ. That's bad basketball, hard. And I'm like, why you didn't? He was wide open the first time, and because he didn't have no shot, is when he passed it. RJ made the 3. So that's bad basketball. Ended up with a like, no, what you doing? Like you yelling at, he's open, and then at the last minute he found him. Julius needed to trust his teammates more often. So I seen a lot of that. He took a lot of,
Did he pass it?
After he got double, after he didn't have the shot, he passed it. See,
that's how it's supposed to be. The
whole time, RJ was already open. See what I'm saying?
No, but,
his thing was he looked RJ off at first, hard, and then when he didn't have the shot, is when he passed it back to RJ.
But I was gonna say, I didn't want to cut you before, but it was 2 things I was trying to say that I teach that, like the closeouts that RJ was doing, right? Like he was closing out on Tatum's jumper after Tatum would shoot the jumper. Right? That's what he was doing to Tatum. Right? And
and he stayed with him too, though.
No, that's good D. We're not taking that. We're not taking nothing from him. But what happens is it gets in his head. Tatum was in his head because he kept shooting the jump shot when he should have just changed it up. But like I said,
RJ was in his head. Yeah.
No, I'm saying if you keep shooting, you in your head. I'm not going. I mean, you could say that too, I guess. But I'm saying Tatum kept forcing his own jumper when he didn't have to, because when he went in the paint, you could see he's taller. He has a height advantage. He just was caught up into the height.
Now you leading into another segment where I was getting at. See, it's crazy how it working all together, because one of the reasons why he ain't drive to the hole, because Mitch was down there.
Yeah, Mitch was down there.
See,
I said Mitch playing that. Mitch the anchor.
But
that's what he does. It was a play. Jesse, sorry, nice. It was a play that who was the play that had like a little braid? I don't know his name, and he was perfect from three-point range, and I think he missed one in the 4th quarter.
RJ Hampton.
It was the Hampton?
Or Terrence Ross.
On the Magic?
No, I'm talking about from Boston.
Oh, from Boston.
From the Boston game. He was like
smart.
He kept hitting the threes when he
smart.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He had like a little thing to the
Pritchard or something.
Oh, that's son from Indiana. He went to Indiana.
But they say he had a good summer league or something.
He played in Indiana. I know you're talking about.
All right, so he was perfect, right? It was a play that man got beat, and he was down there by himself, wide open, for the easy layup. And you see how Mitch closed in on him and made it end up him having to rethink it, to pass it back out. They end up turning the ball over, but we end up turning the ball back over. But that play is what Mitch did, what he does. That wasn't even his man. That wasn't his man. But this him recognizing the play and being quick on his feet like he is, even though being out of shape, he was able to get over there, alter that shot, do things like that. So when you say that Tatum decided on not to drive, so in the times that he did drive, Mitch wasn't in the game. It was like that's when they was doing that. That's when they went to small ball lineup. That was at the end of the 2nd quarter. that he did that to RJ, and he caught a little fire. So it's crazy how you say that he didn't want to drive. One of the reasons what Mitch does, that's what Mitch brings. So for those who say that Nerlens, Mitch, oh, we was good without Mitch. No, he wasn't. That's why we got our ass whooped in the first round. Because if we had Mitch and give us some of them offensive rebounds, we'd probably be singing a different tune right now about that first round series against the Hawks. But that's what Mitch brings.
Yeah, but with what I'm seeing, it's not only Mitch. I'm going to keep it real. I feel like
What you
Mitch,
think? We'd have won more games against the Hawks?
It just would have been a different series. I don't know who would have won. It would have been a different series. I know that hard.
I give us 2 games with Mitch.
Yeah, we would have went home in 5 games. Like shit, probably.
Because remember, Mitch
6.
Mitch was just coming off injury.
Yeah,
look at the games he played against them.
Yeah, but I don't think that even having Mitch, we would have beaten Atlanta.
Yeah, we wouldn't have beat the Hawks. I don't
because
know.
we don't have the offense. We didn't have the offense.
That's the main reason we got Kemba and we got Fournier.
That's true.
That's
true. That's facts.
Like we even said it
went
since
to 6 games. Like y'all said, my fault. Nice. Go ahead.
But we even said it since day one. Let's say once they made those adjustments and they got Tom Thibodeau, we was even saying it since day one that we are not expecting go even to the second round, at least the first round. We said it, but to say that even with Mitch, everything will be different. Yeah, it will be different. Maybe 1 or 2 more games, but the chemistry, like that winning mentality, that championship mentality, is not the same as you see it right now. Like now, I'm telling you, everybody is on it. Everybody is correcting each other. Everybody want to win. You start seeing that. I'm loving life, and even on the rules. Once the NBA came out with the new rule this year, I already said it. Like that's it.
You saw that last night. You saw with Trae Young trying to get the foul.
Yeah, that's it. It's done for it's done for Trae Young. It's done for Stephen Curry. It's not truly done for Stephen Curry because Stephen Curry will still shoot and he will still make it. But I'm talking about plays like that. You see like you see the dude trying to defend you and he's a little bit too close. Let me just touch him, and try to call that 3-point foul or whatever. Like that was getting me pissed off, especially with Trae Young. We're not gonna see that this year, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll find a way to manipulate the rules again.
If it's going this way, yeah, they're going to manipulate it.
I would tell you, like, I think, because I think that even like, I think they might go overboard with some of those calls because, like, even that foul against Fournier in the first game, right? I considered that an actual shooting foul because it was a shooting motion, and it was, he looked like he was more trying to avoid the contact than run into it.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that the rule change and all that stuff, now here's an opportunity to argue the point against that rule. And again, like I said, it's not like the first time they've tried to implement a rule to diffuse that type of situation. It's just that once it got to a point where you can't always call them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It fizzled out in a matter of 2 years. And I think that in theory, it makes sense. I just think the problem is the execution is going to fail at some point, and it's going to fail more than likely in like the postseason. So, you know what I mean? I think that's really where the problem is going to lie.
I have a question for everybody.
We got Rock. Rock tuning in all the way from Aruba right now. Shout out Rock.
I have a quick question for you guys. Based on the game that we're gonna have next Tuesday and Thursday, will it make you feel even much better if we come out with that W?
Of course.
For both games?
Both games. I'm feeling it.
Not.
Of course.
I'm feeling it.
I'm greedy, bro. I'm trying to be greedy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
82
about y'all.
82 and 0.
No, I'm trying to be greedy. I'm built like a couch potato, bro.
I told y'all. They go nice. 82 and 0.
Listen, BSJ, listen. I'm going into these games where I feel like we're gonna win a lot of these games. Just like it's like I don't even gotta watch. Like tonight, I didn't even want to watch. I mean, I made notes because that's what we do, but I had a feeling that's why I threw the IQ thing out there earlier. because
They
we
broke
played
a
against
record
Orlando
today.
Magic. They garbage.
Yeah,
So like
Har-
we supposed to do, huh?
but you saw that they broke the record today.
Yeah, they broke the record.
Yeah, those three, bro. Like I'm telling you, they're gonna
Yeah.
make history. This is gonna be their year.
So like we play against these garbage teams with the way how
So
Tim
L,
coach.
so L, if IQ cook up a good team, then what you gonna say?
If IQ does what? If IQ does what?
If he cook up a good team, like we got some big games coming up.
Oh, he in
too.
rhythm now. He in rhythm now, huh? He in rhythm
I saw that coming. I saw that coming. He's trying to checkmate.
Yo, he
listen,
in rhythm
I
now.
would
He
say,
in rhythm.
I'm not the,
You
look,
sound like an old head too.
look,
He in
I'm not
rhythm
the,
now.
look, I'm not the brightest star. Listen, I'm not the brightest star under the moon, but you ain't gonna get one over on me, baby. I'm not the
Nah,
brightest
we
star
not.
under the moon, but you ain't gonna get one on me.
You know what's
But
funny though, L? Honestly, bro, I wasn't even thinking about that no more because we was past it. Once you text me, bro, I kind of had to understand it. You just really expected more from him, and you just really meant next man up. That's all. And yo, I used the same thing on another show. I was like, L said next man up.
That's it. Next man up. That's why. That's why
I said worldwide. L said next man up. So
yo, my words this year. Everybody got to do their
accountability.
Job. So everybody, thank you, DSJ.
And that's a good way to put it.
Nice one to be petty though.
So everybody
nice kicks in the door, waving the
4-4.
If everybody do their job, what was the stat sheet from the night? If everybody do their job,
RJ is not good.
Games like this.
RJ wasn't good, but at the same time, I'm not going to be basing on RJ plays on the, let's say, on just one game or 2 game or 3 game or 4 game. I'll start talking about it like if we lose a game. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Harwell. If collectively we did our thing, I'm not stressing it. Just get back at it the next game. All right, you still didn't came out, but we still got that W. Don't worry about it. You know why? Because this is a team sport. It has nothing to do with one or two players. Man, we deep, player.
Exactly.
But even like tonight, nice. You look at RJ, 25 minutes, 3 of 8 for shooting, 0 from 5 from 3-point range, right? But he gave us 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
Blocking,
7 points.
Build up the stat line.
So he probably in the gym right now.
So that's a stat line. After having to guard Jason Tatum and Brown the other night.
Yeah.
But even on the type of game that RJ had tonight, I'm not worried about him. You know why? Because I know what he does. So whenever he gets out of his slump, the same thing. That was the main reason. I gave you that example with IQ with the other rest of the players. You know why? Because at the end of the day, we know what certain players that we have, their potential level is at. So whenever they come back, they're gonna be shooting nets every day. So I'm just waiting for it every single time a player like Alex Burks. Nobody's expecting Alex Burks to go down, but and when I mean going down, it's like he doesn't shoot in a good game. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to blame him. If pretty much we won, it's over. You did good or whatever. You had a bad game. On to the next one. It's taking a game one game at a time.
Yeah,
let's go, Hulk.
You know what I think it is? I think it's like what we said last show. We talked about quickly because we wasn't trying to make an excuse. We was just basically saying like, it's in a system. I remember I said it. If you're playing in a system and you passing the ball to the open man, then you may not have the type of game that you may have had last season, or you may not have the type of game that you want to have. But if you force those shots, we may not win, especially when you're looking at the numbers, how close we winning by. Not tonight. I'm talking about like last night's Boston's game.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah, that's a good example to show you. So if quickly or anybody would have tried to go for more shots, that besides whatever exactly how it went, we probably don't win that game. You know what I mean? So that just shows you that they playing in the system. And if you look at the stats, you can see who really forced any shots if you watch the game. Julius Randle's the only player that's really allowed to do that if you watch what's going on. So everybody else is either getting him in rhythm. He's doing a pick and pop with Fournier. Derrick Rose come in and shoot. You know what I'm saying? But he's attacking the cup or he's getting a three in rhythm when somebody's swinging the ball and moving the ball. You're seeing a lot of great basketball with our team. And this goes back to the point I was making earlier, the advantage that we have. The advantage that we have is team basketball, gentlemen. Team basketball. Because it's other teams that got better individual players than us, but sometimes it takes a less caliber player or less attributes in a player for him to be wanting to pass the ball more than another player would demand those touches. So just like when I talk about on other shows, when I say why I would take a Mitch over a Carl Anthony, because where's he gonna fit in this rhythm that we have right now, where Mitch is doing his thing. He's not requiring the ball from nobody. He's getting putbacks or he's getting it in the right position to just dunk the ball and give us 2 points. He's not missing that. You know what I mean? You got some players in the NBA still miss those same type of shots that Mitch do not miss.
Yeah.
So I was saying that earlier. So that's why I would keep Mitch. He's making you think twice when you come in the paint, when you see him in there, right? And he do not require you to have to give him the ball. He's going to go and get it out the mud. He's going to get it himself. You know what I'm saying? So you got a player like that. That's like the old Knicks used to be. So you get a couple players like that and the players that's going to make the points like Julius Randle, Fournier, Rose, whoever else is going to put the buckets in. You know what I'm saying? Noel got to come back and help on defense and to play the same type of game that Mitch is playing, just like Taj does. You know what I'm saying?
So check this stat out.
Pretty much it, bro.
Go
ahead.
Check this stat out, Howard. Like for the three players that shot the most shots tonight was the three lead scorers. So Randall took 16 shots, Fournier took 12 shots, and the next person up was IQ with 10 shots. So that's pretty much balanced. That's pretty much balanced scoring all the way around the board, you know. And you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double figures. You had 7 players in double figures.
That'll change, L. You may have
it will change.
Randall. You may have Randall in it most of the nights, but
the
other two players.
He started like that though. Tonight, he started off like that though. He started off like he was just going to take a back seat tonight because he was tired. And then when Orlando made their little run, he kind of put their foot on their neck in the third quarter, and that pretty much was it from that point on. So he started the night off like somebody else was going to carry us, and they kind of like ran in the beginning of the game. They kind of ran through Fournier because this was his home, and they featured him. He was the featured Nick.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was. He was the featured Nick. So that's the game before the game when you watch stuff like that and you want to know why Julius Randle had 6 assists at the end of the first quarter. Because a lot of them passes were going to Fournier. You know, he was home. So that he was the featured Nick tonight.
It made
3 more. See, L Hardwell, this is but L Hardwell, this is why, you know what I'm saying, and to y'all point before, because you said it on a few panels, making the right reads doesn't necessarily have to reflect in the stat line, but it affects winning. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like even with the RJ situation, he took, you know what I'm saying, a matter of 8 shots and shot poorly behind it. But again, imagine maybe like a Kyrie Irving, and for you know, his prime example is what he did against Milwaukee in the playoffs a few seasons ago when he shot 5 for 21 or 5 for 22 in a loss. You know what I'm saying? And your reaction is to keep shooting as opposed to maybe getting somebody else involved or getting somebody else who might have it going, you know what I'm saying, their touches to keep it going, you know what I'm saying, to be more competitive. So I think with right now, the way this team is balanced, you know what I'm saying, it really is more predicated on team basketball than individual talent, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like even now, like I think people are taking notice of that. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, there's not a notable name, like there's not a franchise player on the team that you recognize just in you know what I'm saying, as far as getting the endorsement looks or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting it out the mud, and our players are basically playing within the team concept, and we're seeing that level of success already. So I think that again, you're going to see a transition where not only you're going to get the respect, but also again, you know what I'm saying, that quality of opponent,
Hey,
they're
you
going to
just
start
took like
looking at.
4 of my bars, man. You just took like 4 of my bars.
Hey, pardon self, bro. Pardon
Yo, you
self. I'm
just
just
took
saying.
like 4 of my bars and set it back. And then you used my main bar, the mud. That's why I caught him. Nah, I'm just messing with
Nah,
you,
but
yeah.
you know what's so
I'm just
crazy,
messing with
and
you.
you
I'm just
and
messing
you
with
know
you. You
what's so
my
funny.
guy. I'm just joking.
Nah,
That
but you
was a
know what's
good
so
one,
funny though?
though.
Nah, but think about this though. Great minds
Uh-huh.
think alike, because
Nah, it's
I'm
a
at the
fact.
job, so I don't even see everything going on. I jumped on the panel the moment I jumped on. You know what I'm saying? So anything you said prior to,
No, I
I
just
didn't
said
even know
that.
you said it.
I
It don't
just said
matter.
that. I just said
It
that. I
don't
just said
matter.
that.
See
I
what I'm
You
just
know,
said
saying?
you
But
agree with me.
it don't matter. So let me ask
but
you
see, that's what
guys
I'm saying.
this,
I
right?
didn't even know. So you know what I'm saying? Just being
Great
able to
minds think
catch on
alike.
and
Now you said they
Let
gave
me
me
yeah.
ask
the
you.
mud. I just said it. That's
Let
why
me
I was
ask you.
like, wow, that was dope.
Let me ask you guys this. So with 2 games under our belt, it's a small sample size, but how are y'all liking the fit of Fournier and Kimba so far on this team?
Loving it.
Yeah, heck, I ain't hear from you in a minute. Heck.
No, I'm loving it. Loving the spacing that it brings. Love seeing Kemba Walker in the Knicks jersey. It looks good on him. But the spacing that they both bring, and the second year play of Obi Toppin stands out to me the most. These first 2 games, honestly, seeing him being able, like Harwell said earlier and L said, run in transition. Be able to show his best asset of his game. Derrick Rose and the coaching staff understanding that and feeding him. It's a great thing to see, man. It's carrying over the momentum that we had last year, even though we snuffed in the playoffs, but seeing that the team still has the same identity, defensive first identity, team defense identity, looking out for the next man identity. Like, that's what this team is. It's a bunch of high level characters. It's a bunch of guys that had to earn their way to stay in the NBA. When you look at Julius Randle, his injury and getting better every year, D Rose getting injured, having to rehab and come back the way he did, Kemba Walker trying to show that he's not just he's not old and he's not done. So it's a lot of grit on this team, and Thibodeau as well. Thibodeau got tossed aside. He had to work his way to become a coach. He had to do the film sessions, cut up video for players when he was on Van Gundy's staff. So shout out to Tibbs, shout out to this team, because they get the identity from the coach. And the coach gets it from the front office, and the front office gets it from the city. This team represents the grit and grime of New York City. If you ever had to go to work, take the MTA, get a coffee and a butter roll before you went to work, this team represents you and its identity. That's all I gotta say. I'm just hyped for the season.
Super facts. I'm gonna
Anybody
be
else want
honest
to
with you.
chime in on that?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. I
Yes.
think the biggest thing right now is I think there's more pressure. Um, from what I see, it looks like there's more pressure on Kemba to perform. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself to really, showcase that he's still got the ability to be a franchise type of player. And it's not a matter of taking Julius's spot or anybody's spot for that matter. I think it's really a matter of the reputation now of his injuries um, plaguing him. You know what I'm saying? And proving that that's not the case going forward. You know what I'm saying? Boston got rid of him basically for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt like his time in Boston basically was over because you're no longer a contributing factor. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to buy you out in OKC because nobody wants you. That's basically the you know what I'm saying, the storyline, the narrative that you can feed off of that. You know what I'm saying? So now here's the opportunity to prove that, you know what I'm saying, not only that you're still here, but you still got it. And I feel like even with, you know what I'm saying, the first game of the season, he was trying to prove that, you know what I'm saying, that point. You know what I mean? And I think he just came a little bit more relaxed in this game and let the game come to him a little bit more. So, you know what I mean? With him, I think that's really the biggest thing. But Fournier, like I said in the last live, nothing he's doing is impressing me because I've already seen this from him. I know he's capable of this. You know what I'm saying? Him having good games is just a matter of now you're doing it in a winning situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've seen him score 28 points in a 3-point loss. You know what I'm saying? And did everything correctly. But now that you have a team that's capable, now you're able to suit, you know what I'm saying, see what he's able to do. Plus, again, win those games. So, you know what I'm saying, even now, it's a possibility that maybe he's the guy that becomes the second All Star on the Knicks, as opposed to while we was thinking about Fournier, as we was looking at like the Kemba coming in, and maybe he gets that look because of the fact that he already has that reputation and that accolade, or Rose because he's been, what I'm saying, a All Star level player and an MVP. You know what I'm saying? RJ, who's looking to take that second, what I'm saying, that next step towards stardom. Maybe Fournier is the guy that's sneaking in with the opportunity because all these games are televised. So now you also see that there's eyes on you and you're
Yeah.
performing.
So I have 3 players in the league, and you said Fournier was one, of course, but Julius Randle and Rose. But the key factor, I gotta go a little bit against you on what you said about Kemba, and of course you didn't throw shade at Kemba, but I just feel that Kemba is going to be the key factor of showing the next level of the Knicks. The only reason we still haven't seen Kemba Walker doing his thing is because Kemba Walker is so used to having the whole team in his back. Like he never had help, or maybe he had one player, but he's pretty much that dog type of mentality. Like I'm gonna do everything myself. He's trying to get adjusted with the team that is given to him, and he acknowledged that all right, the team has a lot of great shooters, but I'm used of doing it a certain way. So it's only a matter of time for Kemba to start believing in his team and still be productive on what he used to do. If he comes back only even 75% of what Kemba used to do, I'm telling you right now, this team is going to be so dangerous that people is going to be saying, forget the Lakers, forget Philly, forget the Nets, forget everybody. Let's talk about the Knicks.
But nice, you realize that you actually agreed with me in regard, and I'm gonna tell you how. The two
Yeah.
words that you mentioned is
Mhm.
comeback, which means that you had to eventually have left or fallen off in order for you to come back to
No, no, no,
something.
no, no. Yeah,
And
but I'm going based on not excuse me, not me going 100% against you. Just listening with what I said. To me, it's not that he's not going to come back. He's going to come back. But the thing is that he's so used of doing everything himself, and he's not used to like seeing an open man and passing it to him, because back in the old days he passed it to somebody and let's say they let him they let Kemba down, so he has that mentality. You know something, I'm gonna take it to the court. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna keep on taking it. I'm gonna keep on taking it. That's the Kemba that we all used to seeing, but it doesn't work out when you have shooters that could actually shoot. So it's
right,
like he's battling right now with his mind. Am I going to take it? But how can I take it? We got shooters, so he's fighting. It's like he's fighting himself for the time being. But it's going to come to a point that everything is going to flow. Like even tonight game, he didn't have a spectacular game, but he had a better game than the previous games that he had. So that makes it better. We are moving ahead to the right path. It's only a matter of time. One Kemba understand what he has and what he needs to do, he's gonna be looking sick, and he's gonna make this whole team look sick.
It's just
yeah,
like
I
what.
think that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, just like you both said, it's just carrying over the identity from last year and just fitting in those two pieces that we got, and just this team just progression. I have so much faith in this starting lineup and in this backup. Our second unit, our bench is the deepest, that I've ever seen. It's just a different Knicks. Like El says, yesterday Knicks aren't today's Knicks.
Yep.
True indeed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, fellas. That's right. Yeah. So for me, I think the thing what I see with Kimba and Fournier, outside of Kimba playing with Boston, he hasn't been with a team like this. And almost like he's a little tentative a little bit. You know what I mean? It's almost like he's a little tentative. Fournier look like he's like shit. I ain't never played with a team this good. I'm gonna take advantage of this. All this free open space. I look at the fucking sea done parted for me.
Yeah.
He never had it like that.
And that
never had it like that.
dribble handoff game that him and Randall are starting to build looks really, really good. He had that with Bullock last year, but the difference is Fournier is able to move with the ball. Bullock wasn't able to do that.
100%.
The sea parts for them. So I think that Fournier's loving it. He's loving it, and he's proven from game one that the spotlight of playing in Madison Square Garden is not bright for him. You know, so for some guys it's too bright, but for him it's just a regular light that's on. Like, this is what I do. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So shout out to Fournier and shout out to Kimba. I think Kimba game will come along. He's just that kind of player. It has nothing to do with his shot. I think his shot is like that because of the knee situation of him not being able to have a complete off season to be able to shoot like all the other guys do and work on this and work on that. So I think his thing is just more or less rest the knee and then let my shot find its way throughout the course of the season. But yeah, shout out to them guys. I think they fit. I think they, from a little small sample size of 2 games, they showed that we could depend on them, both of the guys. You know, Kimba had them two little turnovers, but prior to that, I think about with 4 minutes and some change left, he hit a big 3 in the fourth quarter. Like, that's what we do. So, and he hit them shots. He hit those. So, you know, I feel like they right at home. I just think that Kimba just being a little tentative, just a little bit, and as he get more comfortable with the guys, it should pretty much iron itself out and balance. Everything should be balanced moving forward.
Hey, El, with respect to your point, right? I wanted to ask, do you think the problem in Orlando when Fournier was there was about lack of talent, or maybe the problem was the coaching? Because if you think about it, though, right? And the reason I ask it is because you think about it like this, right? Vucevic was actually an all-star when he was with Orlando. So, and they were a playoff team before we got back in the playoff picture. So it wasn't a matter of just, okay, even though they were the 8th seed, their record was still better than ours, right? So you can see that there was at least some level of, okay, it's some level of progression going on, because you're not just, you know what I'm saying, you're not going in there with a losing record like when Milwaukee was when they had Brandon Jennings. You know what I'm saying? There was 38 and whatever, but they had a better record out of everybody, so they happened to sneak in. Nah, Orlando actually had a 500 and better record, but you know what I'm saying? Again, you just looked at them and was like, okay, but you easy food when it comes down to this level of talent. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about playoffs. So I'm, off of that. Yeah. So based off of that, that's why I was asking the question. Do you think that it was a matter of lack of talent or more about the coaching? Because that's another thing I looked at too.
It was lack of talent, because you only had, even if you had Vucevic, whatever his name is, at the center position, you only had them 2. So even it's still like the same. It's not the same thing of what he's surrounded with now. Still not the same. Though no matter what, it's not the same. Even though they may have had a better record, they only went to the playoffs 1 year, so they may have had a better record than us for that particular year or whatever. But they still wasn't surrounded by the same kind of team. You look at him in Chicago, right? He's surrounded by a different team now. See that team he's surrounded by now? See, that's what I'm saying. See, he's surrounded by a good team up there in Chicago. That team he wasn't surrounded by with him and Fournier. And him and Fournier, it's not that they not the kind of players that could be a 1-2 punch. You know,
right.
You know, they fall like they fall good with being surrounded by a lot of nucleus of players. And as you can see, like Fournier, he had his career high. He matched a career high the other night, DSJ. He was the man for Orlando. You mean to tell me you couldn't put up a 40 piece and that's your team?
Fournier can't really create a shot like that. You know what I mean? Fournier blend with Randall because Randall was creating off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? On the Magic, they probably needed a point guard that could give Vujicic the ball the right way. That's why now on the Bulls, he may look better because he do got a better cast.
Got a better
But I'm
cast.
talking about Orlando specifically, what y'all talking about. Those players can't get themselves into their own shot. You see, that's why Vujicic developed the 3-point shot, and he got a dribble now because he ain't have nobody to get him the ball. So when you don't have it like that, you start getting better at dribbling and shooting outside and stuff like that. But with
Right.
Randall,
With
right?
Aaron Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
with
Aaron
Randall,
Gordon,
right?
yeah.
Randall and Fournier work good because Randall's a threat off the dribble. You see, he know how to create his own shot, either drive or the pull up. You see how he caught some with the hezzo when he went by and dunked the ball because his jump shot is the threat. So, like I tell players, if you can't shoot, then they could just sag off you and wait till you come charging in like a bull, and they're gonna get the charge. But if you could shoot, they got to come out on you. And that's what advantage Julius Randle has, where he can hit you with the hezzo or act like he going to shoot and then drive or threaten to drive and then shoot. You see, that's why when whoever helped him with his jump shot made him an all-star. Because before, even Zion hits the jumper now because of that same reason. You can't just be a bull in the China shop. You got to know how to pull up. That's why Westbrook, he just driving. He can't, you can sag off of that guy. You know what I mean? That's the advantage that you'll have on somebody who can't shoot.
Yeah.
So breaking news, my fault. I'm sorry. But I just saw on Twitter right now, Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard just got into a little scuffle in the timeout huddle.
Oh,
a real fisticuff.
Not fisticuff, but Anthony Davis shoved him, pushed him around. Dwight Howard tried to stand up, get in his face, but AD shoved him and put his finger in his face like, "You better not mess with me." I just sent it to you, Howard, on IG.
Dwight Howard is a body boy.
Oh, keep everything PG.
Nah, that's an inside joke. Don't blow it up. Heck,
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the problem is. Dwight Howard is upset with the league because of the fact that he got snubbed on that 75 greatest players list. So now he's taking that anger out on Anthony Davis. Like, how dare you get on this list before me?
Wow. Kyrie not on the list neither, so.
But Kyrie ain't playing enough games.
Yo, he didn't deserve to be on there. He didn't deserve. Because I heard the comparison. Listen to this, fellas. I heard the comparison with Dame Lillard and Kyrie, right? This is the comparison that you can make with both of them guys. Like, we always talk about how, like, Dame Lillard carried that Portland team to the playoffs. Kyrie Irving, they carried no team to the playoffs. Shout out my man Kent.
My guy Kent.
Come on
Salute,
in, Kent.
bro.
Come on in, bro.
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Yeah, Kyrie, they compare Kyrie and Dame together. And it's like when you compare them two hard, Lillard is way better than him. Like, if you take them for year and what they was able to do with nothing, they really had the same thing. He took nothing.
I can't say that. I can't say till Lillard got to get a ring or something at least. It's levels to it.
No, I'm not even talking about the ring. I'm talking about being able, like, the self players. Because they're going to say that, yeah, he hit the key shot, but he had LeBron on his squad, right? Shout out Kent. And he had LeBron on the squad. So let's say, but Dame Lillard ain't have nobody. Kyrie he never took a team to the playoffs hard.
No, I said that about Kyrie. I know.
Exactly.
I said that. I know that.
You all said that.
But I'm saying is though, Lillard, if Lillard want to be in that category, he gotta come out too. He gotta come out on top too. Because everybody want to put everybody in LeBron category, right? But LeBron had to fight his way out, or he joined up with people to get him way out. Whatever. You still gotta prevail. Just don't go join the 80s. Don't go join the Warrior team. Don't do no shit like that.
Shout out Sean's in the building.
Watch they gonna end up trading Westbrook for Damian Lillard to go to the Lakers.
What's up,
That's
Kent?
how you're gonna get that
How
ring.
you been? How you been, Kent? How you been, bro?
What up, fellas? What up? What up? What up? What up? I didn't know the show was on. I called it all late. I didn't know. Otherwise, I'd have been tuning in. I've been watching. I've been just flipping through different games. Doing the whole league pass thing. I saw the altercation between Dwight and AD. Honestly, it's a accumulation of things that were happening. That's why Dwight and AD got into it. Dwight was barking at a bunch of guys for missing on defense and stuff like that. Plus, he was messing up, so people were barking at him, and it was just like a bunch of frustration. And they were down, so like they went to the sideline. AD was trying to get his attention, and Dwight kind of waved him off, like, "Yeah, I ain't trying to hear it right now." And AD kept on trying to get his attention, and he was waving him off. And then when they went to the bench, AD gripped him up, like, "Yo, I'm trying to talk to you." And then things got heated. So it wasn't like people were making it out like they were ready to fight or nothing. It was one of those things like, "Yo, you messing up, I'm messing up. We ain't winning," and anger's got the best of them because everyone's all laughing, dapping it up now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See what happened when you choose.
I'm trying to get your attention, but you ain't paying attention.
Yeah, you ain't paying attention. So he got frustrated with him and gripped him up like, "Yo, I was talking to you, bro." So and then
oh no.
So that turned into hands waving like, "Yo, don't grab me," you know what I mean? That type ordeal. Don't grab me up. That type stuff.
I don't blame him. Who AD think he is, man? He need to play.
I was gonna sit back and wait for somebody to take that bait.
Yeah.
AD, Dwight Howard is the damn veteran. God damn it.
Exactly. What's the matter with AD, man?
Respect your elders.
And you always he was the one limping off last time, man. Come on.
Yo, real talk though about the 75. I heard you guys talking about it. Kyrie don't deserve it, in my opinion. A lot of people are arguing for him. I don't see it. Me and my brothers and a bunch of my boys were playing on 2K and we were arguing about it. And like, my point is where where Shannon was. Shannon made a valid point. He was like, "Yo, from the moment Dame got to the league, Dame's been carrying his team to the playoffs every year. He's never missed the playoffs, and he hasn't beaten a lot, but he's made there and he's fought." Kyrie's the first 3 years in Cleveland never got to 30 wins. I don't think he got past 35 wins. All right, it took LeBron to carry him for the 3 years that they were together, and then he wanted his own team. He went to Boston, and yeah, they were decent, but they won more games without him. Yeah. And then the year following after that, they did it again without him.
I got a question for you, Kent.
What's up?
After all that, bro, honestly, right? Do you really think, after all of that, too, I want to ask it like that, do you really still think Lillard is better than him? Because of the simple fact of that, it could just be, and I always say Kyrie couldn't do it without LeBron and all of that. I say everything you just said, right? But comparing the two players, what Kyrie Irving could do, he puts the ball in the hoop, Lillard does, and I think Lillard just did it earlier on because I call them microwave players. But it would be no Dame Lillard if it was no Kyrie Irving.
I disagree.
Yeah, because remember,
No. I'm saying I don't agree with you. I'm gonna say even with what you said, I still think Dame's the better player. Kyrie is. I will say this about Kyrie. Kyrie is the best under the basket point guard I've ever seen in my life. He's the best finesse, skilled point guard I've seen in my life.
He is
but
nice. He is nice.
But I will not. But I don't put Kyrie in my top 5 point guards. He's right outside of it because I consider Kyrie more. I consider Kyrie more of a 2 guard.
I was going to say that.
Why you can't put Dame in there?
Or for just getting his team to the playoff, he's supposed to.
Nice. Yeah, but
I didn't say it wasn't nice. I didn't say it wasn't nice. I'm saying if you just like, all right, you know what? I like to use LeBron for example for us because a lot of people hate LeBron, right? Now, if LeBron wouldn't have got to where he got and did what he did, they would have dragged him in the mud for it. but other players that we glorify can't get out of the first round or second round of the playoffs, just like Melo.
Okay.
Melo went through the same exact thing. He
But
was
I think
just
Melo
like a
deserved. I believe Melo deserved to be in that top 50 though.
no.
Just
I
like I
understand.
believe
That,
White deserves to be there.
but Kyrie deserves to be there because of the simple fact that that's situational with why Kyrie didn't make it or carry his team. But at the end of the day, I always
Did
said
Kyrie
he
play
couldn't
enough
even.
games to even be qualified?
Which is that's why I said that
Yeah,
initially.
That's
true.
another.
It's a
That's
lot.
another question.
Durability.
Yeah, see, that's another one. That's another
That's
situation with
the other
Kyrie
thing.
too.
Yo, honestly,
Yeah.
I think they did that to Kyrie to force him to come back and kill shit. I'm telling you.
No, I think
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the NBA didn't put him on that list because they want him to come back and play and kill the NBA.
You also realize
I think that list was already made up before he even talked about what he's doing right now. He
But
just
The
debuting it
list
now.
just
They had to
came
go
out.
over that.
But
They could have
Will,
The
put
list just
somebody in
came out.
replacing him.
but Will,
But I'm saying
here's one thing I will say to this. In Kyrie's history, Kyrie's never been first team anything.
I know that.
Just number one.
True.
He's never been first team anything. All right. Dame has multiple All-Stars, I think tied or more with Kyrie. Then Dame's has more first teams and more first and second teams than Kyrie. His stats, and his overall legacy, besides Kyrie's ring, says Dame's the better player. The eye test says Kyrie's nicer, but the better overall player, they're going to say is Dame. That's why Dame got in.
Let
I
me
think
ask you a
that's
question.
more about athleticism than actual
Do Kyrie?
gameplay.
Do
But Kyrie, I think,
deserve-
is more. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carlo.
No, I was gonna say, do Kyrie deserve more credit than just hitting the shot to winning that ring?
What else can you give him? What else can you give him besides the elite ball handle and the under the basket boots?
No, I said the ring. I said in the ring when he won the ring. Does he
I said
deserve more? Does he deserve more credit than besides that shot he hit?
And that's what I'm asking.
They try to make it like it's just about the shot.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you that.
Yeah, he
Besides
does.
under the basket, the best handles in the NBA and being the best under the basket point guard, what else can you give him?
But you're saying a lot by saying that right there. You know
Yeah.
that, right? By you saying those two things alone right there, that's why Stephen A says he's box office. And once you say I got the best handles and I got the best under the basket, you automatically right there. That I rest. I saw. You know how I say I solved my case. I have no more. Your
I
Honor.
rest my case.
Yeah.
But here's the counter. But here's the counter to that, though, right? When you look at it from the aspect of, again, Kyrie's athleticism is more on display than Dame's is, right? Because of the fact that he's able to do the stuff that he's doing. Kyrie will take the opportunity to do maybe a reverse layup. Maybe Dame will just go for a simple layup because I know what's going in the basket. You know what I mean?
Dame been dunking though. Dame been dunking. Kyrie just started dunking though. Just be honest about it though. So I don't know.
Yeah, and
when
then
it comes
again,
to
look
athletic.
and then look at even how far. And I think that speaks volumes too. How far have you taken the team as a franchise player? Like, for instance, okay, Kyrie can sit here and say that he's gone to a finals and he's got a ring as a champion. But how did he didn't do that as the franchise player, as opposed to what Dame did. You know, Dame took a team to the Western Conference Finals as the franchise player. You know what I mean? The outcome doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we can make that same argument for Chris Paul. Chris Paul is on that list as well, and Chris Paul is known as the floor general who's made other teams better. And I feel like when it comes down to Dame and Kyrie, not only is it the durability factor, but I also look at the fact that, again, if you've led your team going forward, there's not a moment that you can sit there and say that Dame's not even a leader for that team, for that Portland team. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of factors in regards to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it could also be more than that, Delano, because just think about it this way, bro. Like, how many teams has won finals without even having a solid point guard? that doesn't even say too much, you know. Like even though
You
maybe
need
he
that.
makes it to the Western, maybe he doesn't make it to the Western because Dame Lillard has done it like you could
Oh,
say
you know that's
kind
a
of himself.
yeah, but you know that's actually a good question. What team has
Mhm.
actually gone to a finals or won a finals without a good point guard? I can't think of any in
Describe
recent
like
memory.
describe good.
Yeah,
Describe good. Like
I'm talking like a
describe. Wait,
with
hold on.
great point guard.
Like, all right. So when you say without a good point guard, are you saying a okay point guard, above average point guard? Because I can name a few teams
Kyle
Yeah.
Lowry
just
got
off
one. Kyle
just off
Lowry
of
got one.
GP. That's a good
Kyle
point
Lowry
guard.
got one. Kyle Lowry
Spurs
got
has
one.
one.
But Kyle Lowry's good. Like I'm not gonna
No,
trash him
no,
because of
Yeah,
Kyle.
but he's not he wasn't considered at that time the one of the best.
When they
Like
when that wait,
exactly. And he's not
are
in
you
Dame
talking about
Lillard's.
great?
He's
Are
not
you
in
talking about
Lillard's
great like
category.
point guard?
He's not in
yeah,
What kind
Lillard's
of
yeah,
point guard are
category.
you talking about?
No,
great,
no, no, no.
great.
What kind of
Listen,
point guard?
listen. You know the thing is this, y'all. When we talk about the
Mhm.
Knicks, right? When we say you don't want to bring in too much because it messes up the chemistry,
Mhm.
that's when I would add Lowry, like how they did on Miami Heat. You see what I'm saying? Because
I
They play
wanted
put
like him. They
Lowry.
play like him.
Everybody was saying like, oh, he's old. I wanted
Yeah, I
Lowry.
no
want a Lowry
Lillard,
too. I want a Lowry.
Lillard's gonna shoot a lot. Lillard's gonna shoot a lot. So you got to figure which you want on that team: a passing point guard or a
Yeah,
shooting point guard.
yeah, yeah.
That's simple and plain.
Well, when you look at the last, dating back to 2015, it's Golden State, Cleveland, Golden State, Toronto, LA, and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And, Steph Curry, obviously. But then you got Cleveland there with Kyrie Irving, Toronto there with Kyle Lowry. The Lakers are there with Rajon Rondo, an older Rajon Rondo at that. And the Bucks is there with Holiday. So each one of those teams had a phenomenal point guard.
Yeah.
Regards like
Above
And
Holiday. I'm not
LeBron.
gonna say Holiday, is on the same tier as like a Steph Curry, but he's not a scrub. He's not a scrub whatsoever. So he's a solid point guard on the
when
championship team.
Houston
Facts.
when Houston won their championship, they had like just regular point guards. You know what I mean? Derek Fisher not a Hall of Famer.
Sam Cassell was nice though. I think Sam Cassell was really
That was a
overlooked.
young Sam Cassell though. That was a young Sam Cassell.
It was a
Well,
balance.
that's when they won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a balance.
It was
It
a
was,
balance.
it was more.
Yeah,
It was
a
more
balance.
Kenny Smith, right? Because he was a starting point guard for that team, right? If I'm not mistaken.
But Sam Cassell played better than him.
Oh, definitely.
And
So
that's
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah, I'm about to check y'all.
All right, DSJ.
all right,
All right,
DSJ.
yeah, we out of here anyway at 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had. I'm just saying, like that's why I asked above average, because you just trying to think about like teams that had just average point guards, but they had other key players that was nice. The Bulls they never have a above average point guard, but they had Michael Jordan, of course.
Yeah,
There got to be a balance, L. That's what I'm saying. Like you
yeah,
can't have
be a balance.
a
Yeah, I
point
agree.
guard who want to shoot and get 30, and Michael Jordan want to have his, unless it's like a Hardaway and Mullen was a good combo. You know what I'm saying? Because Hardaway would do his thing and he would dish it off. Isaiah and Dumas, you know what I mean?
That probably was the best hard.
But even just speaking about just one point guard in particular, just thinking about Chris Paul. If you see how Chris Paul play, and let's say when he started off, like in the first 5 or 6 years when he started off, you could already predict like, all right, in the next 6 or 7 years, he would at least get a one championship. Until
Remember
this
they
day,
vetoed him.
Yeah,
Remember they vetoed his trade. They ain't let him play with Kobe. Remember?
Yeah. You know what? I think Chris Paul. You know what I think helped Chris Paul go to the finals this year, outside of any other year, is that he had a young team and he had a team that he was able to like
mentor and everything.
And then like kind of like guide them. All the teams he played on, it was other superstars on them team.
Yeah.
So superstars, they got superstar egos. People can say what they want to say. People can say what they want to say. Like superstars got superstar egos.
That's why
And not to say
Brooklyn
they
right
can't-
now is fucked up because of that.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
is
they got
going
superstar egos. Everybody got superstar egos. Everybody used to be in the man. So you pick Chris Paul with Blake Griffin. You pick Chris Paul. You look at that OKC team did with Chris Paul. That was another team that he was able to take for nothing and then turn them guys into something. And them guys from what he took, what he instilled in them, was able to play last year for a little while and be competitive. You know, from his mentorship. You know, then he goes down to Phoenix and does the same thing. So it's more or less he's that kind of point guard, and he definitely should be on that top 75 without a doubt. You know, I think his thing was he played on superstar ego teams, and sometimes that don't always equal championships.
Even talking about what's his name, Stephen Curry. There was 2 games in the championship. Like he was going on Western, battling against LeBron James. They locked him down. And just because he's a great point guard, that doesn't mean that they're gonna be winning the chip. It has to do also with the team effort. Like just one player cannot do everything, and that was a great thing that his man showed up that night. And hey, whatever Stephen Curry was missing, at least I forgot this dude's name. He came in and he started shooting lights out. So just because, all right, he did pretty good on those 2 nights, are you gonna say he's not one of the best? He's one of the best, but just because they locked him down, that doesn't mean that he's not one of the best. You know, we can't take credit away from him.
Yeah, I want to say something about that too. Larry Bird said Stephen Curry is not one of the greatest shooters of all time. And I just want to say, Larry Bird, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere.
Thank you. I was about to say, wow, overrated.
And I just want to ask Kent before we go, Kent, what you think about the Knicks? Because we talked about the Knicks before you came. So tell us what you think about the Knicks before we go.
Gotcha. All right. Real quick before I get into the Knicks thing, I just want to make this quick statement.
Go ahead, bro.
Watching this Lakers game, I just want to say how they are put together completely wrong. They don't look like a cohesive team. They look like a bunch of random parts on a court together. Now, moving on to the Knicks. I'm very enthused from what I've seen. I don't want to be one of those crazy people that want to overreact. Offensively,
nice.
We're really good. I got a very big issue with the Kimba turnovers. It's because I don't want them to be the thing that holds us back. Because he does bobble the ball a lot. Because he tries to get nasty and then things happen and he starts losing, starts racking up turnovers. The one thing, and Elle will tell you, the one thing that I've been harboring about, I'm happy Tibbs is doing it, is Randall Obi. Elle knows for a fact I've been saying that all last year.
You have.
And Tibbs is finally letting it rock, and it's paying dividends. Because you cannot.
It looks good too. It looks good.
It's paying dividends because you can't just be on him. You gotta do something about it.
And also, it's also, I think, it's who they got out there. When they do it, they got to make sure they surrounded by the right unit. It just can't be any old unit. It has to be a unit that you know.
It has to be that Rose unit. That Rose.
It has to be the unit that's going to spread the floor, and then
Rose, Alex, Burke, quickly. It's that quick, but everybody can shoot on that floor unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that Tibbs is utilizing Sims because I was really worried that he wasn't going to get no burn, but he is. I appreciate Taj for not playing. I appreciate Noel for not playing, so we get to see the young bull because I think he's getting the opportunity that I think Obi didn't really get last year, and that's right off the bat start getting burned for somebody that ain't there. I think they realized like last year they didn't let some of the young guys get the opportunity that they should have got. Defensively, we took a notch back. There's certain things you can tell we're not as good as we were yet last year. I think it'll pick up once Tibbs kind of figures out who's the right guys to play with each other. Because, Tibbs is going to tinker throughout the year. He's going to see somebody he don't like, and he's going to pull somebody. I want to see more Grimes because the man gets in the game and he can shoot. He can shoot, and I want to see more Grimes. I'm not saying you got to play him crazy amount of minutes, but I like to see a good 10-minute run like you did with Quickly. Just put him out there 10 minutes, just to see if he can get you hot for those dry spells. I saw we got a couple of them. I would like to see him out there just for them. I'm really worried about how much he's using Rose. Because last year, Rose got hate to use it, but he got the COVID vacation where he basically was spelled for a long time. And then we got to use him at the end of the season. So I'm kind of worried if we're going to play Rose as much as we're going to, it might be a problem. Because I'm still worried about Kimba's legs. I'm still worried about Rose's legs.
Yo,
even though
Rose looked faster than Kimba, right?
Yes, he does. That's why I was joking with my brother. Yo, no lie, I was joking with my brother, and I literally said, I need whoever is Rose's training and yoga specialist, because he admitted he's doing yoga. Whoever he's talking to, I need to talk to that person.
That's why Kimba came over here. Kimba wanted to get that package too.
He want to get that package, that stretch package that Rose be on. I need to be on that stretch package.
He has that fountain of youth.
Yo, if you watch Rose at the beginning of games, like if you got League Pass, you watch Rose. He's on the court 15 minutes early, just stretching, and they are pulling his legs, pulling his arms, for good 15 minutes. Whatever he's doing, Kimba need to do that too, to get his speed right. Fournier, I joked around. I wasn't really on him as much. I'm gonna take my words back. He's been a godsend since he got here. I appreciate it because it takes a lot of the load off Randall, and I love seeing any way we can limit Randall's turnovers is a beautiful thing. On that note, real quick before I get off of this topic, I was very upset with the Boston game we didn't have to go in overtime. I was very upset because as Kim, and that's where I'm going to go with this. As Kimba, as the point guard, you have to tell Randall no. When Randall went into that little 2-minute stretch of I just want the ball, as the point guard, everybody here played ball. When a guy is getting double teamed, not to give him the ball, and they're keying on him. Kimba, as the point guard, has to go. Randall, chill, bro. Let me run a play. I'm not just going to keep feeding you and let them get back in this game. And that's what happened. Randall tried to get in his little bag like he did last season in Atlanta, where he forces trying to get his bucket, and he didn't need to. We didn't even have to do in that whole overtime thing. We could have just played our plays. We were up. What were we, 10, 11 at that point? We could have just stayed up, played the clock. Kimba played like a real PG and call plays. And I also blame Tibbs because once you have 2 buckets that don't do nothing, you got to call that timeout.
That's it. Yep.
You got to say, yo, I ain't liking what I see. Because last year, he would have did that. I don't like what I see. Timeout. I get that you got more offensive weapons this year, but when they go down that tunnel, that rabbit hole, call it.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout.
I agree.
Hey, but in the plus side, at least just because of that, Fournier he broke a record, so I'm not mad at it. It is what it is.
But you would have been mad. You would have been mad if we didn't win it, though.
Yeah. No, I give it to you. But regardless, we still won. Hey, we still won.
As we close it out.
Who we got next?
We got Orlando again.
Philly.
We got Orlando again.
Yeah.
Sunday, right?
I'm looking forward for the other one, Tuesday and Thursday, Philly and Bulls.
So as we close it out, a quick look around the league because we are for the game, like my man Hall pointed out earlier. So a quick look around the league for Friday night's final scores, give everybody a feel on what's going on around the league. Spurs lost to the Denver Nuggets, 102-96. The Oklahoma Thunder lost to the Rockets, 124-91.
Jalen Green's a bad boy.
The Bulls The Bulls beat the Pelicans 128-112. The Raptors beat the Celtics in a blowout fashion 115-83.
Yeah, disgusting.
Brooklyn squeaked by the Sixers 114-109. A good thriller overtime game. The Washington Wizards, which is 2-0 without Bradley Beal tonight, beat the Pacers in overtime 135-134. Of course, you heard it right here on For the Love of the Game. The New York Knicks beat the Orlando Magic in blowout fashion and easy peasy, greasy style 121-96. We also saw the Charlotte Hornets continue. They were a little 2-0 winning streak. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 123-112. And the current games right now is the Jazz versus the Kings. The Kings is currently leading 87-83. The Lakers is getting hammered, fellas. Hammered.
That's why I made my point.
67. With that being said, we thank all y'all for coming out. We thank our guest tonight, Patricia Mytime, for coming through, blessing the mic, being the first female panelist on the For the Love of the Game. Yep, great show, guys. Great win by the Knicks. I love y'all. And we out of here.
We out of here. Peace.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. We must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing, be cool. We be too cool.